And we're live. Hopefully, we're live. It wouldn't be UTD Fan TV if we didn't have technical difficulties we now with it. So we're in the building. We're live. I haven't seen the team sheet. Mark, who will be here very shortly, has left me quite a cryptic but somewhat revealing team sheet at this stage. So I'm interested to see what it is, but I won't cheat and I won't go and look at it. Let me know if you're in the house, if you can hear things, if everything's going sweet for you. There's his mic. He'll be here soon. It's not acceptable, to be fair, that he's not here at this stage, but he said he's got like work or something. It's just not good enough, to be fair. Let me know if you're in the building. I'm going to do some in the background sort of stuff. I know it's interesting stuff if you're. No, actually, hold on. I'll leave that till Mark's here because we have a rather large topic of conversation to come up. It's just the most random thing that's ever happened, ever. But fair enough. Oh, Broodception. You hear me a couple of times. Hello. Do you? Go and ask your mum if she can do it. Technical difficulties. No spoilers in the chat, folks. I don't know what the team is. Uh, Ian Kelly's already in the building. Fair play to you, big son. Ian Kelly. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. The big man, Ian Kelly. How did you get onto this? Ian, let me know. We've had a lot of traffic that's come from a different part of the planet recently, but I know for a fact you're not from there. Let me know how you got in here. Oh, Ian. Newcastle? You Newcastle man? It must be. I think it's Newcastle. You're a Newcastle man, aren't you, Ian? Let me know. I'm pretty sure it is Newcastle. Newcastle man. Has to be. Only reason he's on here watching a stupid watch along for a United game. I know I wouldn't get Aaron to stand in because he'd just be arguing with me about everything. Oh, he sent you the link today. Good man, Aaron. Yep, good man. Trust me, and it does get slightly more interesting than this. Visiting him on Sunday. How is he? And how is the mental institution that he's in? Is it all clean and cleanly? And also, is there any space in the back of the old van? Because I've got to send a sandwich to France. Yes, Newcastle. Yeah, 100%. Told you, told you. My memory's shocking, but I do remember that. That was what 15 years ago now. 15, 16 years ago, and I still remember that. Newcastle, terrible. What poor, what cruel human brought that affliction upon you, Ian? It's a shocking thing to do to somebody. It's not good enough. I really want to know what the team sheet is, but Mark sent me a message, and I kind of didn't want to say it because apparently it's juicy. Ian's going to come in here with the team sheet from 1999. And we're alive. Yep, so it's just me for now. This one here, this guy, he'll be here soon. Well, probably not. It'll probably be an hour into the game. One thing I have forgot to do, and it's no indictment on my character whatsoever. One thing I have forgot to do is actually put the match on the TV, so we'll do that now. But my co-host should have been here by now, so it's his fault, really. So when he gets here, slabbered him. Back in a second. I'll have to actually turn the football on. Shock him. Ah, Mark's an absolute tube, isn't he? Boobs. Who else that said boobs? Shush over there. I don't actually want to put this on the TV because I don't want to see the team sheet. As far as I know, it is juicy. And I also know that the framing of the shot's just not right. I don't want to see the screen. I just want to see that it's on. I don't want to see like any players. On a completely unrelated note, if you're from Russia, Ukraine, or Belarus, let us know in the chat. Can anybody hear that in the background? Women. Wives. Who needs them, eh? Oi, wife, come here a second. Just whenever you're not busy, you just need to help you test me something. Who's that scored there now? Let's do a wee plank on her. Back to life, back to reality. I've got nothing to say right now, to be honest. So trying to sort out too many things. Just need you to help me test something. You're not? Damn it. All right. Off you go. She had to say, I don't want to be on live. Ruined the whole thing. I would have disrespected the sanctity of marriage there if I didn't say nothing. The game is about to kick off, so I will just have to see the team sheet. What I'll do instead is I'll put my. Oh, there he is. The main man's in the building.
Hey.
My second husband. So who's my first husband?
All right, folks.
Who's the first one? My second husband.
Jeez, where you got one viewer? Is that you viewing us?
No,
Or
it's the
was
big. It's the main man, Rich, and I've also had the
Alright,
main
Rich.
man, Ian Kelly, who I haven't seen for genuinely 15 years.
Who?
Ian Kelly, Newcastle fan. Unfortunately for him.
Did you tell Ian Kelly about the question on last
Can you
week's
take that
stream?
coat off so I can fit in this bloody screen?
Give us a wee second to get my wee
Bloody
bollocks on
Puff
here.
Daddy here sitting beside me.
Do you know what? It's absolutely freezing.
Did you come from a photo shoot straight out of LA?
No, I was in Alaska hiking.
You may as well have been. You'd have survived the winter. Loves it. My man loves it.
Did you tell Ian Kelly about my desire to buy over Newcastle if I had an English club of choice?
No, I haven't got to that point yet. I sat down and chatted to the folks, and without realizing that I didn't actually have a football on, which tends to help
stick
when
a
you're
football on,
chatting.
Brie, would you?
Yeah, tends to help when you're chatting about football if you actually can see it. So, um, it's just flashed up there, and I've seen one name. To the good folk, I have been all three of them. I have been saying that I haven't. I had a cryptic message from yourself that the team sheet would be very interesting.
Indeed.
So I have avoided it up until this point. And I've just put the screen on and I've seen one name, which has tainted my opinion as to what the actual team will be.
And what's the name you've seen?
I can actually still kind of see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock it down a channel.
Mm,
Right. So we're on the Formula One
Formula
now.
One. Here, that's actually pretty good. Actually, we'll watch this instead.
So, given the prior knowledge, which is obviously going to taint my opinion on the players that I anticipate playing tonight, it's obviously a madness. He's done a crazy one.
Yeah, he's
Right.
done an absolute madness. He's done a
Uh,
madness to the point where I was like,
so
hold on a fucking second.
Roy Carroll and net.
Yeah.
Okay.
John O'Shea, right back.
Right back is definitely not Wan-Bissaka. It'll be Brandon Williams.
Yep.
Maguire, you messaged me this morning saying apparently he's injured at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not him. Lindelof, he won't play. He'll play Lindelof against Liverpool. So it will be by Antoine Zebe, surely.
Yep.
Unless it's Mengi, no?
Nope.
Right,
Right, okay. Axel's in.
Luke Shaw isn't playing, so
Nope.
it's Tellez.
Yep.
Aaron's just put in there no Fred tonight, so no Fred. He's not playing Pogba. He ain't. Is he going to play Scott? He'll play Matic. And that back line needs a first team player in front. It's Matic and Scott.
Maric. Let me just double check that for you, Brit. Give me a couple of seconds here.
Don't confirm yet. So I'm going Matic and Scott. I'm going Greenwood up top by himself.
Maric and Scott's and no.
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 Matic.
So you've got the back four and the keeper, right?
And Matic.
And Maric.
Matic is playing.
Yep.
And Donny.
Yep. Donny's the second, based on the Manchester United app formation.
I need to finish this so we can get started.
He's
Matic and Donny.
Yep.
Greenwood up top.
Yep.
Diallo must be playing
Yep.
because it's a madness.
Yep.
Apparently Danny James is injured. Not on.
Don't know anything about Danny James. Haven't
He's
heard
not
from him.
playing.
No.
Martial's injured. He's not going to play Rashford. Is he playing Bruno?
No.
I wasn't asking you. Mata's playing.
Yep. John Mata's playing.
And there's another wee cabbage in there somewhere, isn't there?
Not a cabbage, no.
Somebody we've never heard of.
Somebody you've definitely heard of, yeah.
Under 23s player.
You've definitely heard of them.
Is it a Swedish player?
Potentially.
Anthony Elanga.
That's the one.
He's been fantastic. Actually, I've watched that.
No, so stick it on there. So watch the game while we're here.
We beat Middlesbrough 8-1 or something recently.
And we've kicked off.
There we are, kicked off.
So see, based on this team, right? It's obviously, as you say, a madness, right? However, one thing I will say, it'll be bloody interesting to see how they get on. But the Leicester team, I completely ignored the Leicester team.
I'll read this out. Read this out to us, big son.
Hold on a second. It's probably got a full strength team, but I'm sure. Going on here, folks. Right.
There we are.
Yeah, so Schmeichel and that's Yanku,
shut
Fofana,
up,
Castagna. No Evans. Evans must be injured. No Johnny Evans is a good thing for us. However, Fofana, he'll do okay. Thomas, Albrighton, Tielemans, Ndidi, Perez, Fardy, and Iheanacho. So full strength team apart from Johnny Evans.
Luke Gurley in the house.
Interesting. Interesting.
Luke Gurley's been a bit of a stranger recently, hasn't he?
Aye, where's Luke been?
Do you know who's been the biggest stranger? It got mod status and is going to have it revoked.
I haven't seen James Donnelly in about 6 years, six,
Jim,
7 years.
Jimbo Dono.
Hmm.
You know, we don't want we don't want this to have mostly your bake in the
Mm.
place. We don't want to disappoint the audience.
You don't want too many fans coming in, too many
No,
female
no,
fans
not at all. No.
subscribing.
Females.
Sure, you know yourself. Obviously, West Ham fans, shout out to Sean Hawkins and Brad Hawkins, who are probably raging at this team selection. There's Harry Maguire in his big boot.
So you mentioned me earlier, and I've been out since. What's the story about Harry Maguire?
All I know is that if there
And
was,
wait, before you do, disclaimer out there: I'm not happy about it. No matter what I've had to say about him, I'm not happy about it.
if anybody hasn't seen last Sunday stream, go and listen to the absolute
Sense.
blasphemy that was spoken by
Blasphemy.
Bradley on this channel.
So are you saying he's a god or something? Is he a deity that we have to bow down to?
He's not that far off a god. I am genuinely, properly, seriously concerned about Maguire being injured for our performances based on how good he is, and it proves the point that you're full of absolute
Is,
cockles.
is it based on how good he is?
It's based on you are wrong about Maguire, and we're gonna hopefully you're not proved wrong, but I'm worried about him.
I hope I am proved wrong. But as it stands, it's
No, if you're
I
proved
am
wrong, it means that we're gonna lose the Europa League final and we're not gonna finish second.
if I'm proved wrong, we win everything.
No, Maguire's not there though. So you're proved right if we do well,
No,
Maguire's not here.
what I'm saying now is if he is in fact injured
Oh.
at the end of the season, we're a worse team for it. But I can still say he's not good enough. I can
Yeah,
still say he's not club captain.
But did you not get the feeling of oh dear
I
when he
did,
wasn't playing?
of course, and I said
Despite
it
he being
live.
terrible and crap
I
and
said it
slow and-
live on the internet. I can't take it back now.
The point that I'll make is which is the real life point, which is what United need is a quick centre defensive partner for Maguire, not for Victor.
Not who?
Not for Victor. Victor should be a squad player right now. Anyway, so here we are. Leicester be going tung ho here. Oh dear, who's this now?
Tung ho?
Hmm?
He said Leicester have gone tung ho.
Slip that right in Bruce.
Tung ho. I'll leave you to dig your way into that wee one there.
Alex Telles needs dug out of something at the minute. He's had a wee bit of a head injury there. He has, gun ho, tongue ho, you know yourself. Where's the wee light spread? Here. Yeah, my wee man's one job. One job. Second job for you, Brood. We do a coffee, you know. He's the best left back in the world on the screen. How good is Luke Shaw, by the way? In Gary Neville's team of the season. Say nothing. Shout out if you can hear the commentary in the background there. Bridge has been asked, is he having an effing laugh?
Um,
There he goes. Oh. Anyway, is that Alex Telle? Is up and good? I think he is. So here, oh yeah, he's come back on now. He's doing okay. False alarm there on Tellez.
thought I had a wait.
Right, so
I thought I had a YouTube waitress there, but apparently not.
isn't it quite exciting? But that we'll have this team out. Like, imagine if we got a result here. What's quite clearly shown is that Ollie doesn't care about this game, based on Liverpool on Thursday.
I think this is a message to the Premier League.
Yeah.
This is great.
But I'm actually quite excited about it, just to see these guys, especially Diallo. And I don't. It's not just because of the hype around them. It's just I actually am looking forward to watching them. Remember his goal against Milan, where they hit the sort of backwards header like a fish, like a salmon out of a river.
Like a salmon.
Hmm.
So we got 10 viewers, Mark.
Oi oi.
That's what happens when we don't have an absolute up at the start.
What's
We
the
haven't even tested it. We've got
what?
12. Hello.
Careful. Good man, Dave. That was Vardy. He should have scored there. Also, Vardy's on a drought, isn't he? And he's going to break it tonight. Hopefully not.
We'll have 12 years in the house. If you haven't
Mm.
liked it, like it. If you
Mm.
haven't subscribed, subscribe. If not, you're smellier than Mark. Who's Ryan Mitchell?
Ryan Mitchell. He is a friend of mine. Sometimes.
Who's Aaron Moore?
Armour is another guy that we know. He's an acquaintance of ours, Brood. Surprised there's no Russians in the night.
Leave it.
You know yourself.
Where's your little red bit of cableage? Hold on. I need to sort
How'd
that.
you get such a long cable anyway, Brood?
That's my dad.
you talking about dicks again? No, there's no red there, but it's just dee, 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 dee. That perfect. that camera was perfect there, and you've absolutely royally. Oh,
That's better, isn't it? Wee man Luke says lol.
what's he long about?
I'm not sure. No, that's better. That's better.
What's better?
I don't know. Right on.
Here, I wonder could Potts come out and tell us what the
Is it the best audio he's ever
yeah, I'm keen to know if it is or not. Because yeah, hopefully it is.
The problem I'm having is this.
I'm in the problem here too.
What?
I don't know. Just doesn't feel right. Anyway, let's focus on this because you've got to ingest this game tonight, Brad.
You've got to be the one doing the commentary.
You've
I'm
got-
the
you've-
I'm the
you-
production.
Yeah,
I'm the producer.
and there's 1-0. It's very frustrating.
I only half seen that. but
I
it
have
looked
seen
like
it
a
too.
wonder finish.
Yeah, sure. You know yourself. Sure, this is only a wee training game
Folks,
anyway.
like the video,
Mm-hmm.
because
Right. So let's do an inquest here. Whose fault was that?
it was Harry Maguire's fault. 100%. He should have been at the back post there. Him as a leader.
Do you know
For the
what you're
club.
joking, right?
I am joking.
There's some people out there that wouldn't be surprised if you were being serious with that.
Who?
Harry Maguire's probably done
I would
something
love
from the
if there was
stand.
I would love it if there's people like that, because then I have a fan.
Mm.
We haven't addressed the comments at all. What a finish, by the
what
way.
a goal, aye.
That's all right. Second half FC. What a finish.
Well, we don't start playing till we go 1-0 down, anyway.
That's one of the best goals I've seen all season.
It's also a cross, I think.
That may be goal of the season.
No, I don't think it is.
That's not a cross. That's a wonder finish, is what that is.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nobody to blame for that.
yeah, fair enough.
There's nobody to blame
I'll
for
give
that.
you a brutal. I'll give you.
Although some people will find a reason to blame Lindelof for it. Genuinely. My little show I'm going to do later, somebody will blame Lindelof, and I bet you.
You're full of
I
nonsense.
bloody bet you. I find a way to blame Mark Maguire when he's not at fault, so somebody will
Mm.
do that.
Maguire probably farted up in the stand and made them concede, according to you.
I'm consistent, Nooker. You haven't addressed the comments here.
I can't read the
whatsoever.
comments because you're
You can't read those.
your screen Your my writing's effed up today, by.
Ball bobbles out to the left hand side.
Go on then. Was a ball away there? No.
Alanga there plays it inside.
Uh,
Deflected. I have a sinking feeling that this
Go on, Donny.
big Donny there, very aggressive, wins
Good
it back in the
man.
midfield.
Good man. Oh, careful. Ooh. Here, I think that was fair enough, actually.
There may
That
be
was
a yellow due here.
Van de Beek, very strong in the Vardy. No, there'll be no yellow card there. I don't even think that's a foul.
This is. Oh. Here's my
There we
YouTube
go.
waitress has come with the
Oh,
coffee.
happy days. Thank you very much.
This coffee's too hot.
Here it is actually roasting. Is there any chance of a? Just cannot get the staff these days.
Shocking.
Producer sometimes f's up.
Yep.
Waitress, no use.
And can she make you wings?
Is she making wings?
Can she have plums?
No.
She couldn't make a wing if.
A quote from. Oh, everyone's laughing. Here, what's the comment, sir?
The main man Rich is driving, but he's listening.
How you doing, Rich?
Rich, give me a shout. I may need your help tonight, big son. There's something going on. Give me a shout. Send me a message.
Rich, there's no might about it. Bruce gonna need your help tonight.
I
Here,
won't
Rich.
necessarily need to, but I might.
I was thinking about your alarm, Rich, when I heard the news about the new Channel 4 documentary on Palace's youth academy and some case studies of the players that they've brought through the ranks. So it'd be interesting to watch that. I did. I was My emotions went high and then low and then high again. I kind of initially thought it was going to be another um, All or Nothing on Amazon Prime, but it's a six-piece documentary on the Palace Academy, so it'll be a good watch. Another wee peek behind the camera.
I fell asleep.
I'm
You're
glad.
talking about Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I love Rich, but no, that's.
Mm,
Keep addressing the comments, sir. I've got some admin to do.
admin to do. You wait for a shade? Yeah, actually is too.
I will give you a right hook right to the neck.
You mind yourself. Happy with the team selection, boys. Look early. Yeah, I've said that. I look, we're 1-0 down. We don't play, as I say, until we do become 1-0 down. But of course, we're happy with selection. But it's interesting to see how we get on. Somebody tell Brood that this camera's great. Somebody tell Brood.
To the other side.
Hey! Why is it turned off? Somebody tell Brood the visual and the audio is brilliant. I actually physically can't move over that way. You're gonna drop that lava. Right, this is a balls here, Brood. That's as far as I can go. Yes! I just missed the Mason Greenwood goal because you're farting about with a camera.
I watched it. I seen it, mucker. Nobody wants to see your face. They want to see the beautiful United badge and they want to see the match.
Well, there we are, one each, folks.
Big
Happy
Mason
bloody
sources.
days. Also, in my bet was Greenwood anytime. Don't we worry about it.
What you bet on it? 50p?
No. Wouldn't disclose that. Gamble responsibly and be gamble aware. And when the fun stops, stop. Is that a Diallo assist?
Diallo puts it in the
Good
Greenwood.
man.
What a finish.
What about
right? Who is this?
Let's get this addressed, right?
I wish
straight up.
I wish I said live online on a large platform that Greenwood is our future multiple times.
Yeah, well,
what a finish.
Yeah, well,
that's as good as Leicester's goal.
No, do you know what as well?
It's not as flashy, but that's as
right.
good.
Let's address this. I keep going to pick up that coffee that our waitress made, and I'm scared of losing a hand. It's literally. Is it actually on fire?
I'm surprised the mug hasn't melted yet.
The what mug?
Look, girlie says, "Lol!" exclamation mark. I agree.
Is there any fire extinguisher in there?
Some bench, yes. Ryan must be is he a carpenter?
No, he's not actually. He wouldn't be very good with his hands at all.
Surprising. Aaron's away to cut his grass with the scissors. I know for a fact he's got a lawnmower, so he probably should just use that. It makes more sense. Brood, can you fix the camera and mic for your fans? See?
Who the hell said that?
See? He agrees.
Look, I'm going to come to your house.
I've done it.
And you see the second you wake up, the second your eyes open,
bang.
Bang.
Imagine playing the reserves against the best team in England outside of Manchester.
Who's saying that?
Aaron.
You see, the problem with Aaron
must be commenting from the garden.
The problem with Aaron is, right? He makes some really good points and then some really terrible ones. There's never. No, it's either one or the other.
I have to stop you there. He doesn't.
He does.
Name me one.
He made a good point on Sunday there about your nonsense about Maguire. When Maguire quite
he was dropped
clearly statistically is very good.
He's not statistically good.
He is. I think let's chat about it because we all know the facts, and you're panicking about Maguire not being here, even though he's terrible. And yeah, but sure,
I'm not panicking. But
where's John Madden?
I think he's a loss because we're lacking at centre back because most of our
centre
backs are unreliable. There's Diallo with the ball at the left hand side.
It's not Diallo, it's Alanga, but we'll take it. I'll keep him right. Donny.
Aaron says, "Oh Mason."
Mm. What about Mason being one of the best players in the world, legitimately? I don't think he's just quite there yet, but the
Um,
talent is definitely.
for the
He's
age group,
class.
he's top three.
Mm.
He's underrated. I said this on the show that shan't be named, which I'll be hosting tonight myself. Come along and join it, even though I haven't named it. I said last week that
Hmm.
if Phil Foden wasn't getting the praise and the flowers, as the youngins are saying now, that Mason would be getting a lot more attention.
What are the youngins saying about flowers? That an
It's
adjective
um, giving them flowers is like praise.
like hype?
Yeah.
Hype.
So like Phil Foden's getting a lot of flowers at the minute.
That's interesting. Is that an English thing or is that a? Hmm? Getting a lot of flowers. I've never heard that in my life.
Aaron also says the Mason Greenwood goal, Mark. You steaming big son. Do you want to take back what you said about Aaron?
I don't know what he's talking about.
No.
No, the Mason Greenwood goal. Mark? Question mark? Question mark? You steaming, big son? Maybe Aaron doesn't make good points.
He doesn't. Not at all.
Uh,
Oh, I've just remembered what admin I do need to do because we haven't tested the audio. Because again, this chap comes 3 minutes before the start of kickoff.
is it my fault that the United fans protested and got a game rescheduled and had to go on at 6 o'clock? Some of us have to work. We're not all on holiday.
Would you like it if that was your fault?
What?
Would you like it if it was your fault that that happened?
No.
I would.
Nonsense.
Look, girl says some finish that I agree 100%. Aaron Moore says go Weenwood. He said go Weenwood.
What's he saying?
I'm waiting to do some admin here.
See if you mess. Don't touch thing. It's grand. Aaron, I have no idea what you're saying, son. He said, "Oh, are you saying I made a balls of a pronunciation or something?" I feel like I'm drunk or something. I haven't had any drink today. I'm not. I'm getting that bit of a lisp and all.
We're just sorting out the bin collection tonight.
Oh, sure, Ben's coming to Wednesday as well. Indeed, he went in quite tough there. Armada quite high as well. Don't. Oh, here. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Admin alert.
What do you want? You want me to go and get your glass? Oh,
Imagine like Jon Snow. Here, John, hand me that glass, or would you? Aaron says, neck your coffee, it'll sober you up, Mark. Must be on cloud nine, mucker.
it's on Clyde Ballix.
Can you see that that coffee's red because it's a light?
I, I reckon. See if you put your fist in that cup, right? For
Why would
10
you do that?
no, just for talk's sake, for 10 seconds, you get third-degree burns and probably get an amputation.
Well, looks the green now.
Right? What are you doing?
Getting that out of the way. There, better. It's like this.
Well, hello. Welcome to United Fan TV. Isn't this a good game of football?
Who do you think I am?
Well,
Mark Goldbridge, shout out.
what do you think?
Absolutely useless.
Who's your favourite United player? Isn't Harry Maguire the absolute nuts?
Yeah, that already was perfect and fine and grand. Here, we'll just there you are, fixed.
already ruined it.
Go on ahead. Oh
Nobody,
no, no,
that's it.
no. Listen.
Don't
Listen,
you move
this
that.
is
See,
it. This
you're
is
the
it.
reason. Do you know
This
that?
is it.
Do you
No,
know
no,
that,
no,
that
no.
video that we
No,
got
no.
1,000 views on for some weird reason because of Russian
By the way,
people?
shout out that we
We'll,
got
we'll,
1,000
we'll
views.
shout that out.
1.2 thousand views.
But the reason that video messed up is because
I
there was
celebrated. I
messing
shouted
about.
into a microphone.
There was messing about.
Oh,
with the
Jimmy
microphone.
Vardy. Oh, good man. Right. So just on that point, right? There's never been a point where anybody's complained about my audio. I'm always loud and clear and crisp, whereas Bridley sounds like he's a bit further away. Things like that.
Luke says
Um,
camera needs fixed.
And what?
Don't.
Perfect.
It's not perfect.
No, it's perfect.
Nobody wants
And
to see
no,
that.
like, yeah,
Wait. Wait. Aye. There.
Right there.
Even
Well,
more perfect.
see, whenever you go and cut the grass here, I'm
That's
gonna move it again.
that's more perfecter.
How come you get yours right up your snout? Now
I don't get to
mine's,
see. I
mine's out the
don't.
window.
I don't want yours up your snout because you would be
Is
bursting people's eardrums with throat ears.
there any comments there?
Nah.
I'm scared of this coffee still.
John says not sure my comments are being read. He's probably right. Don't read Sean's comments anymore. Right?
What
You
ahead,
me-
miss?
Do you remember he was due to get his moderator status and never got it
Yeah.
because he was being an absolute D word?
The thing about Sean is he's the definition of a pudding.
S. Hawkins, it must be somebody different from Sean, says poor form when you've only got 3 viewers. I'll have you know we've got 6 right now, so shove that up your English snout.
Is Sean slabbering about our viewerage?
That's not good enough, really. Is it?
I actually can't believe that.
He's got questions prepared and all. He's got them prepared, but he just doesn't want to ask them. He must be asking somebody else.
I
6.
wish he would start asking questions.
LOL, Sean. Look, Sean, don't take that as any sort of praise from. Look, he's just looking a mucker.
Yeah.
He also says the camera needs fixed. And then Sean sorts himself out there. Where's Ian Kelly, the Newcastle fan? He's disappeared right and quick.
Where is our goal? Need our goal.
Where is the update for the scoreline?
Just can't get this stuff.
It's just not good enough, man. Read the comments further up. There's a blinder. Did you just touch that?
Here's a goal. Made him look.
Where's
something wrong with that.
Big Sean's question?
I don't know.
7 viewers here. Sean,
I wouldn't be.
Sean, shove it up your dude.
I wouldn't. It's not worth scrolling up for his question. That'll be terrible.
There
again.
is no question. He
You
says,
two
"All right,
are-
lads." If that's a question. Did Mark finally grow some mins and ask you out, Brad? Is that the question? You didn't put a question mark.
I wouldn't be good at basic punctuation, Sean. I think he got his degree from Lucky
Is that
Flag.
the blinder that he's referring to?
I couldn't. I don't think so.
Can't be right.
No.
Look, early is right though. The camera does need fixed.
What?
Look how skew with we are.
Literally
It's like
nobody
we're-
cares.
It's like we're live up a mountain.
And what?
It's like I'm at the
Do
bottom.
you think
and you're at the
anybody's
top.
looking behind us going, "Oh, class! Like that's symmetrical. Oh, lovely."
Subliminally, yes.
Nonsense. What they want is pure and utter
So
superb
if
content.
you whacked on the 10 o'clock news and it looked like they were halfway up Everest and like the coffee was sliding down the table, you wouldn't notice it.
Do you know what I would do? I would bloody well remember it.
Well, the viewage is quite similar here, so there'll be a lot of people remembering and not coming back because we're at an angle.
No, if I turned on Channel 4 News and Jon Snow's coffee was floating about up a mountain,
Mhm.
I'd tune in the next day.
Well, if you're
Well-
here and live, make sure you subscribe.
Exactly
Is that
that.
what you're saying?
Pretty much.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah. I am feeling the pressure about it being an influencer these days. It's rotten, isn't it? I don't know whether that witch has ever made coffee before, or whether
It might not be a mountain we're up. I think we're up a volcano.
there's something
Jeepers me.
you can even tell by the consistency of it. It's like bath water.
It's like the devil's bathwater.
Aye.
Oh,
It's not normal, but 20 minutes later, it's still burning your lip off you.
that would remove a mole or two off your skin there.
I wonder what Dave De Gea is thinking.
By the way, there's some football going on. Dave just saved us from a goal there.
Yeah, I wonder what he's thinking there when he's sitting looking at the players in front of him, thinking, "Christ, if I lost the game
I
one
put
touch."
this in about 10 minutes ago to test our audio and I never bothered. So we'll do it now. Just you be interesting.
Sean, can you hear us before he starts doing weird things?
I'm not going to do nothing.
That's just a corner here, which is always a problem, especially when Maguire's not in the pitch. Isn't that right, Brute? It's a bad thing.
Because he always does really well against teams that are
Yes, Alex Telles,
good,
good
from
man.
corners.
Right,
i.e. Burnley.
counter attack was on there, unfortunately. Sorry.
They heard.
I didn't hear him. They heard your nonsense. Harry Maguire is fantastic in the air,
Did I send you the link?
but yeah,
Did I? I did.
Amad Diallo. Could he be the next Ronaldo? What is Amad? Is he 18 or is he 19?
He's 19. Mucker, look at the back of his shirt.
Hey, did you ever get round to finding out what?
We actually sound half decent without testing it.
y-
Apart from the words that are coming out of your go, but apart
Mm,
from that, the actual sound quality is half decent.
I do you know who you look like a wee bit?
The person who's about to knock your plums in.
Maybe so. There's an alien in Men in Black called Balchinian.
No, that's you. I'm the other one. I'm the one that has the worms going out of his mouth.
Get that photo up just for the
Worm
fans.
Gubbian.
Is it strange that we were talking
They'll
about?
have time.
No, but we talked about your resemblance to an alien from Men in Black. You then done a face.
Let's get into it.
and-
Let's get into what that video has resulted in.
Right. So we were on a stream. Bear in mind the stream did actually die at so this is like the first take of the stream.
No, it,
And
well,
I
it was
something
an hour long, and I tried to fix your mic, and you obviously were going.
Oh no, I want it here.
oh no what happened was Bruno scored a goal and I went like this here. Yes. And then
No.
the audio broke.
No, the audio. broke the whole
Anyway,
video.
I watched it live. I didn't touch it. It was actually evidence that it wasn't touched. Anyway, so it just came to me that Brood looks like one of the main aliens in Men in Black. So we googled it, and we've seen various different aliens. It actually surprised you how many different aliens that there is in Men in Black. And there was one that
First
had
one?
a ball bag for a chin, like a throat,
So
sort
that
of.
was you.
And it's a real thing. Its name's Balchinian. Then we went on to the one that looks like Brood's, the main
Microphone's
alien.
not right. You were saying, and I said microphone. I didn't say camera, but sure. Go ahead. What were you saying?
The uncanny resemblance to that main alien, the boy that wears dungarees, and then that
He wasn't
video.
the Balchinian.
No, not Balchinian. I don't know his name, but you look like him, you dress like him, and you probably smell like him. And all of a sudden,
Two of those things are true.
he
I
then
do look like him, and
you wear dungarees.
possibly smell like him, but I don't wear dungarees. So
Mm,
shove that up your hole.
yeah. And then that video went viral, and
Did it go viral though?
yeah, it did. Of course, it did.
Where did it go viral?
All over Russia,
Russia, Ukraine,
Russia and
Belarus.
Belarus. I know a few boys in Belarus, and they told me they weren't watching it. So
We just
it must have been the Men in Black connection.
Our
Must have been the
video-
Balchinian.
our videos are getting anywhere from 30 to 130 viewers.
It's on average about 110, isn't it? Something like that.
Some of them are low, some of them are a bit higher.
Yeah, like
And
if
then
Brood
for
does
some
one-
reason, a 3-week-old video of an old game, the first leg against Roma.
the first leg of a Roma game that was the balls upstream. At the end of
Yeah,
it, got 1.2 thousand
no,
views.
weeks later, it
Weeks
was
later,
it
yeah.
was on 33
Mm.
on first thing Friday morning of last week. It's now on like 1200. Let me look at it.
Which is actually incredible. And I would love to know, can I pay a private investigator to?
It's actually it's on 1292 right now.
So we're nearly at 1.3 thousand.
Oh, yeah.
views. Meanwhile, we've got 6.
It was on it was on 30 and it's now on say 1300.
Yeah.
So it has had 100
So
times
people have
more
realised
viewers.
that a boy in Northern Ireland has realised his mate looks like the main alien in the Men in Black.
Camera's not right.
You see, there's room for you to make a joke of this and make it run thing. But the matter, I know you're joking, but it's still going to cut me to the core. You just sit still
That's why it's good.
and talk.
But the issue we have, see there, that light, because that door's open. But we seen the
So we have a call in.
the new shoot location, and it's going to be smashing. There he is. Here's the English chap.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, is that Mark Downey from United Fan TV?
Yes, it is indeed. Yeah.
Could you get him to repeat that? He sounds like a Dalek.
Yeah, he sounds like he's. Have you got wind tunnel settings on?
Um, No, I don't. I think I turned those off actually. But I just wanted to double check. So at the moment, I'm watching a couple of puddings talk about Men in Black. I was actually looking to maybe get a bit more insight to the football match that's taking place at the moment. But I also wanted to do a bit of United trivia, if you're up for it. If you've got the minerals, we can see who knows more about United.
Okay. Well, we know the answer to that. That's me. Do we need to go do the trivia?
Is he in a budgie
I don't know
sanctuary?
where you can you ring us on your mobile, Sean, rather than WhatsApp?
Are you
Because
calling live from an aviary?
he's maybe he's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in a boat.
It sounds
Okay.
like he sounds like he's in the Tesco trolley fixing department.
We'll just do the questions and we'll crack on, shall we?
I can see 2,000 Russians laughing at that tonight. Honest to God. I coffee's roasting on it. Sean, can you ring back on the mobile so we can hear you? Because Brood's very concerned about you having a job in the Tesco trolley fixing the place.
Yeah, well, I'll just do the questions in the chat, shall I?
It sounds like you're in the middle of two gangs of cats having a knife fight.
Right, Sean, send the questions in the chat and we'll we'll do some trivia. However, there's no point really doing that because I was going to win that. Anyway, thanks for calling in. Our one and only and first ever call in. Good man. And he's away. I wonder how much you get paid to be a Tesco trolley fixer.
Not enough because they're all terrible.
Is that worse than getting a
Sean,
Grammy
fix
trolley?
them bloody trolleys. There's nothing.
It's
I don't. I think in the last 10 trolleys I've had out of Tesco's, probably one of them has went straight and not made that noise.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks very much. We've probably lost a couple of Russian subscribers just
Yeah.
because of that noise. Because
Yeah.
I might unsubscribe from this channel myself just because of the annoyance of that noise.
Yeah.
But thanks very much anyway.
What time is it in Russia?
United Fan TV time.
We'll have to do a tour. Open top bus tour.
Did we get finishing what we were talking about?
Don't know. Well, you look like bald. I'm bald chinny, and then you're the other boy. And the Russians are all watching our videos, which is great.
Yeah, that is one thing, right?
Yeah.
If you viewed this channel for whatever reason, let us know what on earth went on. There must be some. There must be some. What do you call those? Influencers. There must be some Russian influencer that has laughed at our bakes and like directly, and that's why we've got some views. If you know what's going on, just leave us a comment. Let us know because we're very confused.
Yeah. It was obviously a brilliant stream, of course, and it was for the top-notch banter.
We didn't talk about football whatsoever.
No, we didn't.
We discussed the aliens in Men in Black.
Yeah.
The audio went off 15 minutes before the end, so it was just silence.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it was one of our best things.
Yeah.
By far the best ever thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Sean says, I apologize for the squeaky trolleys. It wasn't actually a trolley, it was me because I was so excited to get to talk to a real life influencer. Well, you just calm yourself down next time. Prepare yourself, take some deep breaths before you come on live. You're in a privileged position to be able to speak to us
Got away
directly.
one there.
Next time, just don't ruin it.
And also, Sean, just to echo Brood sentiments, thanks very much for calling in as well. Oh, Mason.
I am, however, very excited to hear the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saying you send trivia to see who knows more about. That's very interesting.
Aaron says that was right up there with the wings alarm.
Do you know what happened? I swear to God, right? You see, yesterday I was watching back that stream of the Russian stream.
Did you get hungry for wings?
No, right. So I was trying to watch a bit of it to see what is it that's made the Russians flock to this stream, right? I just watched a wee bit of it and I heard the alarm going off, but it was like alarm inception to the point where I actually went to check if it was my alarm, like my oven alarm, and then it wasn't. It was yours. Could you believe it?
Sean, call back in again. I really would like to hear that bloody noise again rather than that absolute wonder banter there. I thought it was your alarm, but it might have been mine. I don't know.
But I'm going to blend your
We need a burnt gub alarm because I've got one of those.
A what?
A burnt gub alarm. Peace to you too, mucker.
Do you want to make a pledge? Then we'll watch the second half. I swear to God. I was like, oh yeah, class, get to watch Alanga, get to watch Diallo. It's good to see John Mata get in the game. Good to see Matic having the armband and all. Haven't watched a second of it. Missed the goal because you were funny about with cameras. Go on. Oh,
Diallo there.
yeah.
I
Good,
will.
good run.
I'll bet you £5 that Diallo will score. He will score.
He will score.
I put the hand out first. It's up to you now.
Hear that, Aaron?
The onus is upon you. 5 nugs. Come on, Diallo. 5 nuggets. And if you don't score, he's not getting it. Sean Hawkins, question 1. Which player is affectionately known as the king to United fans?
Eric Cantona.
It's quite.
1-0 to me.
It's Kiko Makeda. For sure.
Kiko?
Yes.
Kiko? Is that his name?
Is it Kike?
No. Federico?
Yes, but his affectionately known as Kiko Makeda. Another
Is
point
he
to me. That's
affectionately,
2-1
affectionately known by bloody who? He played one game.
by me. And Potsy says best audio he's ever heard. Thank you very
Potts,
much.
thank you very much. And thanks for tuning in. Thank God. You have no idea what I've been through today already. He's been up and down like a
He obviously,
fiddler's bollocks.
he obviously didn't call in during the Sean Hawkins
Oh.
show there.
Ian Nacho.
Potsy would be hammering earplugs into his ear as we speak now if he was here during that Sean Hawkins call in.
Couldn't be the only thing that
The
Potsy
worst audio he's ever heard.
Potsy's a hammering expert.
Two, and I know the answer to this. Which 2 players were suspended for United's 1999
Keane and
Champions League
Scholes.
final?
2-0 to Mark.
I don't recall it was the quickest answer. I already, and to be fair, I said I know the answer already. Why was Scholes suspended?
Because
I said problems.
because his dick fell out of his shorts that time in the FA Cup. That's a famous photo. Get it up there.
I have that photo on my camera roll on my phone about 14 times for some reason.
Yeah. It's
I just
fascinating.
can't bring it.
Oh!
I can't bring it up to myself to delete any of them.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Is that another question? I know it's Potsy.
That's Potsy
Question
there.
3. What shirt number did Beckham wear before number 7? 24.
24. Yeah.
3-0 Mark.
I'm more interested. Potsy, I refuse to believe this audio has been anything but 10 out of 10.
The audio is absolutely fine. It always has been, Pots.
No, it hasn't been.
But what happens is Brood will ruin my dreams and aspirations by just talking about it for an hour and fanning about with it.
There hasn't been occasion where that's actually happened.
I like the way this game's poised. I feel like we're doing okay, and I feel like
Imagine being able to sit down 5 minutes before kickoff and then complain to me about the fact that I worry about the production quality.
I don't
Imagine, I
don't-
bloody
don't-
wish.
I don't need to imagine that at all.
Well, I do.
I'm gonna have to get another producer.
Sean Hawkins says 24 and 10. Well, you did say what shirt number, not numbers. So, you know.
Exactly that. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yep. What's number
Oh.
4? Can't wait for it. And you're also reading it as I'm reading it out. So you're getting the head start.
Oh, what on earth happened there? Jeepers.
The
It
one
was,
Xavier
it
was
was
at.
very close to a nightmare there, actually, which isn't ideal.
Aaron says the audio was 100 until some chap who's in the hospital phoned in. Presumably he's in the hospital to have that whistle removed from his throat. It's like, you know those chaps that have that little whistle and they put it in their mouth and you're going that. Remember that when you're on holiday?
Sean, are you actually joking? Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer, 4-0 to Mark. And what number was Solskjaer, Brood? Quickfire trivia.
7.
What number was he?
I wasn't finished making my point about the throat thing.
Look at him trying to get more time to remember Ollie's number. I
Don't
can't
know.
believe you don't know Ollie's
Don't know,
number.
Ollie's a pudding. Get him out.
20, in case you're wondering.
As if I wouldn't remember he's number 21 for the final. Shocking.
Sean, Do you know what? I really appreciate the idea, the trivia. I really appreciate the phone in, but those questions need
it needs
like
to be a
you
bit
would.
more difficult.
I would know people like there's people who aren't born yet who know who was suspended for the Champions League final '99, and there's people who aren't even whose parents aren't even born yet who know that Ollie scored that goal. Right.
Donny there
Do you know what I would love?
picks it out of
Do
the
you know
air.
what I'd really love? At this point, I didn't really care about this game, but I really want a victory now. Like I really feel like the boys are doing well here.
What player holds distinction for being United's longest serving captain? Hint, it's not Maguire. Well, it's hardly going to be Maguire.
That's a good question, actually.
Ashley Young.
The obvious thing would be Roy Keane, but it must be. I think it's Brian Robson. I think
Extra question for you. What's his affectionately known nickname?
who
Brian Robson.
um, Captain Marvel.
Bing, 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 bing. What size is his boots?
Robos.
Yeah.
8.
Nope.
Oh,
Ryan Mitchell says, what United player has had a bird?
shit in his mouth.
Don't say it.
Very good, Mitchell. Yeah, Ashley Young. And do you know what as well? It's one of my favourite moments in football history. And he also refutes the fact that it was a bird shit, but it quite clearly was a bird shit.
The question would have been a lot better if he put what United captain.
Yes,
That would
yes.
have been better.
See, Mitchell hasn't got that sort of comedic ability yet. He's getting better. I've known him for maybe 6 or 7 years now.
Brian Robson is correct.
Yeah, thought it would be 5-0 mark. Don't worry about it. Is that 5-0?
No.
Game over. Ding ding.
Sean, your scoring criteria was lacking there, so we can't give the scores.
I'm taking the win, obviously, because I won.
Of course you are.
What
Of course
about
you are.
Eric Bailly? He should be in WWE.
He should be in Bradford City.
If all the players come out normally, walked out, nice and respectfully to at Old Trafford, to This Is the One by the Stone Roses,
Jimmy Madison. though.
everything was normal, and then if Eric Bailly come out to Stone Cold Steve Austin's music, you wouldn't even bat an eyelid, would you?
Imagine we bought Jimmy Madison.
James Madison?
Hmm.
I wouldn't want James Madison.
Imagine there was strong rumours that we were going to ban him at the end of last season. Imagine we bought him. We wouldn't be in a good position right now, would we? So what do you think? Let me know in the comments.
What are you saying?
I'm saying he's been a bit of a pudding. He's been better second half of the season, but
No,
um,
I rate him as a player, but I don't want them. I enjoy watching him.
there was debates during the summer break whether it would be him or Grealish.
Oh, Grealish won 100%.
Yeah, but at the time it was 50-50.
But I don't really think I'm one of those Grealish people that, as of late, think he's the Don. I've always thought he was very good.
I have an opinion for you. Grealish may not see very much.
That's a free kick. That's a problem there. Good spot for.
Very much Euros time for England this summer.
Say that again.
Grealish won't see much Euros time this summer for England.
Well, if he doesn't, that's a disgrace in my opinion.
I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't.
Are we going to do
My
live
opinion
streams
is that he
for-
should. Yeah,
England?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Is that your bird texting you, bird?
Oh, wow. She's in there boiling the coffee.
She's doing the chicken with a flamethrower, is she?
Oh, yeah, in the next minute.
It's just this free kick's a problem here.
Don't forget that we need to make 5 points in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Mark Armour says, Mark, I agree. I don't want Grealish. Did you ever say that?
I don't think R makes good points.
No.
No,
He's
I really
been
would
off
love
form tonight.
Grealish. I don't want James Madison. I like watching Madison. I think he's a good player, but I wouldn't want them at the club. I would obviously of course, would take him. Good man. But no, I think Grealish is quality, and that's not just an opinion that's come from recent form pre-injury. I feel that he's.
I think
solid.
Grealish is phenomenal, but
There's big question marks over him because
ask me now. I'll give you a different opinion over when and if Pogba signs. That's a different kettle of
yeah, well,
coffee. No, if Pogba goes, I would take Grealish.
I would take Grealish if Pogba stays. because he can play like the Bruno position. He can play like the Pogba on the left position. He can play like on the right on the Greenwood / Sancho position. He could probably
I'd
play
rather
behind
have
the
a
striker false nine as well. So no,
if
I don't think there's an argument in the world that's going to allow me to
if he
feel.
comes in at the expense of a right winger, I don't want him. We have a lot of central and left options,
But he can just change and play right.
but that's not what you want. We
No,
need
but
a right winger.
I think Grealish
A
is.
right winger. The
Grealish-
last right winger we had was Valencia.
Is that right?
Is it right?
I think it is right, isn't it?
It is right. And
Di Maria.
and the second half,
Di Maria was a
no,
right
he
winger.
played up the middle. The goal he scored against Leicester was through the middle.
I know, but Di Maria's position is right mid. Isn't
No,
it?
no.
Yeah, it is.
Nope.
Google it in the comments. What position is Angel Di
Is
Maria?
Di Maria a right winger?
He's a right winger.
Is Di Maria
he is
the
an
right winger since Valencia for United?
No, he's a right winger that we had since Valencia.
But we've had loads of right wingers. That we've had loads of people who can play on the right wing, but we haven't had a dedicated right winger.
Who are dedicated right wingers in the world?
Well, you could say Sancho, but
Right,
he does
Sancho-
play on the left. But
Sancho and
doesn't-
Salah. Who else?
Robin. Yeah,
There isn't anybody.
there is the
Because,
the difficulty is right for some reason the left wing is more prevalent because there's a lot more right wingers, and the prevalence at the minute is to have inverted foot wingers. So there's a
Yeah.
lot more right-footed players. So there's a lot more
Yeah, the-
left wing options because
into
they're
your
always
right,
used
onto
to
your
cut
right.
into the left. Yes.
And you're
So
right.
you've got a very small what's the quota of left-winged attacking footballers to play on the right. So they're very
left-footed attacking players
left-footed
to play
attackers to play on the
but,
right
but
wing.
you don't
Yes.
necessarily need to be. I would be happy with a right winger who's got a right foot. That
We
doesn't
have
go.
those.
Who do we have?
Well, Rashford played the last game at right wing.
I know, but he's
You've
not.
got
but
Martial,
I-
who Martial arguably is a better left winger than he is a striker. You've got Dan James, who is a left winger but plays at
Plays
the right
right,
for
yeah.
us. We've played Juan Mata, who
But
is
I think-
undoubtedly a centre attacking midfielder. We've played him at right wing for the
Mata-
last 6 years.
I would say Mata would be more effective in goal than on the right wing.
but how many games has he had at right wing?
10 million.
We had Depay, who was arguably somewhat
But
two-footed
he was more of a left winger, though, wasn't he?
left winger.
No,
This is my whole point.
No, I get.
Greenwood Greenwood is both-footed, but he's a striker.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't wanna see him
I
on the
agree
right
with
wing.
all of that. What I'm saying is, you're
What,
talking about
name me
a
a
right.
right winger we have at the club,
We don't have any.
and you would say Di Maria, if he was at the club, he would be a right winger.
But Di Maria is a right midfielder. or a
Potentially a right
winger.
midfielder, but there's a difference between a right midfielder and a right winger.
Fuck it, right side of the midfield, right? Whether it be an advanced winger, a winger,
We don't need a right
or a right
midfielder.
mid.
We don't need, or we haven't played with a right midfielder since Beckham or Valencia. You could say Valencia did at times when we were defensive when he was
What about
playing
Hargreaves?
centre.
He played in the right midfield.
Potentially he did, yes. So did Buck and Darren Fletcher. So did Wes Brown
No, but
at
the
one
point
point.
I'm making is there actually isn't too many right wingers, so therefore to say we need a right winger and not a right midfielder, it's difficult because there only is like in terms of
Mhm.
world class ones,
But-
like two.
But we play with wingers.
Yes, what are we going to do? Give birth to one and just try and focus on one?
No, we get Sancho. Like, what I'm saying is, I'd rather have the likes of Sancho who plays on the right wing than Grealish,
Right, so
that
it's
can play right
so
wing,
it's
but is better down the
so
middle.
directly it's Sancho over Grealish.
Yes, that was what I said to you.
Hmm.
But if you give me an example
No,
of
you
another
said
right
you wouldn't
winger,
take Grealish if it was to the expense of a right winger, not
Correct.
necessarily expense of Sancho.
and then wait, okay, fair enough. The next thing I said was I would like to have Sancho in.
I'd take Sancho, but I think I'd probably prefer Grealish.
I would take Sancho at the expense of Grealish. Was basically my point.
Hmm.
I don't think my very first point was we don't need Grealish. My very first point was if Pogba goes, then look at him.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if Pogba stays, you don't need him.
I still want them. It's not going to come to it anyway.
I don't think he's to that degree where I really want them no matter what.
What if we got Sancho, a centre mid, CDM, a centre back, and the striker? That's a dream come true. Like you wouldn't even believe it.
2 words. 21.
Exactly that. Hashtag.
He's coming. I gotta go do some admin,
Christ almighty.
which means wee wees.
I need a wee too, so hurry up, would you? He's not a United player for me. Who are you talking about, Aaron? You talking about Grealish not being a United player? And yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was right. Di Maria is a right winger. Who's the oldest player to have played for United? Jeepers creepers. Good question, Sean. I'm thinking about Edmund van der Sar. He was 40. Um, I've probably gone back into the olden days. Um, it's going to be a keeper, isn't it? I'll go for Van der Sar, Sean. Is Van der Sar correct? Let me know what the answer is. Brady wouldn't know that anyway. He's daft. Yeah, but Grealish, I get your point about Grealish not being a United player. Is that solely because he is an Aston Villa player and you can't visualize him playing in the United way? Don't know. I think he's a quality player that would be very effective for us. Um, Sean put another question in
There's
there.
that absolute pingle wingle goal
It
there.
was good. Yeah.
That was an unreal goal. Nobody's to blame for that.
Mm,
I'm just glad Lindelof isn't on the pitch to be blamed for it. So what's the chat?
the frustrating thing there is that I think Brandon actually played your man on, but he can't be blamed for that because Fardy was playing a higher line.
Played
So
who on?
what?
Played who on?
Him? Johnson?
No.
Justin, whatever his name is. Um,
Phenomenal finish.
Sean put another question up there. Who's the oldest player to ever play for United? I'd said Van der Sar, but I don't know actually. It's going to be a keeper, isn't it? Like I don't, because Giggs was old as hell too. Like,
Bobby Charlton. He's pretty old now, isn't he?
oh, dee dee dee, dee dee dee.
It's probably the right answer, to be fair.
Who is that presenter, by the way? Who's that wee punter?
In the centre?
No,
Robbie
that's Robbie
Savage?
Savage. I'm talking about the presenter.
Oh, the presenter. They said in the centre. I've no idea. I only seen a second of it. Here's a Greenwood goal. Great ball from Mata
It's good to
there,
see it
from
here, so
deep,
it is. It's good to get
from
to see
deep.
it.
Diallo with a bit of strength there.
Let me just,
Brings
fix,
in
let, me
the
just,
left.
let me just close your eyes. Fix the camera. What a goal
What
as well.
a finish!
But
Unbelievable from
He's
Greenwood.
got. He has
It
it.
didn't.
He
It
has it.
didn't require any power. Most players would try and rifle that
Yeah,
and miss it.
Rashford would have had against the keeper or
Yeah.
wide.
Yeah. Although, does he miss kick it? No, he doesn't. It's perfection.
No, that is
It's
that is
perfection.
world class.
There's a handball there from both players. Both of them do it.
Got
Justin
away
and Ahmad both handball
Got
that.
away from one there.
But Derek
That
Greenwood
is world
shuffles
class.
it onto his right. Does he miss kick that
No,
slightly?
he doesn't. He doesn't. Because what he's trying to do, he's
'Cause
trying
His foot travels a lot faster than the connection that is made with the ball. If you know what I mean. Like the ball doesn't scoot as much
Listen.
as you think he does. But I'm not taking it off him. Unreal finish.
I trust him.
So do I. But
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
I've been live to thousands of people and told them Greenwood is our future. Get him the main guy. Get rid of Tony Martial because he'll only do bad things for the main man Mason's future. What a goal that first goal is!
Yeah, let's address the
last two goals
Cavani
we've
point.
conceded have been
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah,
That
it's actually
Traore goal,
strangely similar, aren't they? If you think about
Yeah,
Traore's goal on
mm,
Sunday, like
yeah,
it was like a.
that one's better, but they're both
Is it?
slightly because because
Hmm.
because it was a half. Was it a half volley or a full volley?
That was a half volley.
Because it was a half volley. There's a good touch from Traore before his one, but it wasn't a volley.
Hmm. Should we talk about the absolutely tremendous news we got yesterday, or was it today? Was it today or yesterday? Cavani signed this deal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the scientists finally found your testicles.
No, they're still
No.
unfound. The inquiry's still ongoing. That is brilliant news. Look at that, man.
Because you made it worse.
What?
You said they still haven't been found.
I know.
I said to you, scientists finally found your testicles.
I know, but
And you made it worse.
no, but they haven't found them yet.
You said, no, mate, still haven't been found. That's all part of that joke, Brad.
Just fucking just helping you.
Well, tell him to look here.
Ball
Right
chinny.
there. Hey,
What about you,
see,
mate?
see that for a callback.
Right, you know what? You said at halftime. Here, stop a timer as well. What the hell are we doing? Right. Does anybody out there want to be a producer for United Fan TV? because I need new staff.
Genuinely, that's a good question. We could do with one.
Yeah, really good. You anybody fancy it? Look, early.
I can't believe you did that.
Well,
We cable.
yeah, Edison Cavani signing it felt like a brand new signing to me. Amazing. So glad he done that. And I was so wrong about Cavani as well. I said,
The
quote,
Cavani signing is the best news that Rashford and Greenwood
Martial
and Martial and
and us
and Diallo
and Ollie.
and what do you call that? Is he Argentinian?
Oh, Palestri,
Is he Uruguayan or Argentinian?
Uruguayan.
I think he's Uruguayan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Palestri. That's phenomenal for our whole under 23s.
And also directly the goals he's going to score next season as well. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's multifaceted. You've got the leadership, you've got the tenacity, you've got the goals, the assists, the movement, but it's more importantly the mentoring.
Isn't it mad how our 33-year-old striker, who's played half as many games as most of the other players, is the biggest leader in the squad
Mm.
after being here 1 year?
Maybe apart from Bruno. I think Bruno has a would take offense to that comment.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
So I feel like
Well, take Bruno out of it because he's also relatively new.
well, so
I'm-
is Maguire.
My comment is at all of them.
Mm.
Rashford's doing things obviously off the pitch. He gets a pass. Martial isn't that type of player or type of person. McTominay, for the age he is, he's done well on that aspect of things.
I think
Fred-
McTominay needs way more respect than what he's getting. I know you're not a fan anymore for some strange reason, but if you go back
I
a
don't-
season ago,
I don't think
he was a player that we
I don't
relied
think
on.
we win anything with him at the heart of our midfield. I think he's a good squad player.
it's early doors, but
Tis
I really do like it, and I appreciate he's not a Scholes, he's not a Keane, he's not a Michael Carrick. He isn't that caliber, but I do
what I
rate
think
him.
is this squad that we have has no shortage of talent, has no shortage of just can just randomly pull a result out of nowhere. What it does have a lack of, and this is what Arsenal had a lot of complaints about, is a lack of leadership, a lack of guts, a lack of somebody to just pull everyone together. We seen at the start of the season that Tottenham game. If we had a, it's not fair to bring King's name into it, but if we had a captain stronger than Maguire at the time, we wouldn't have went on to lose that game 6-1.
No, I
Not
think you're
at all.
probably right. Yeah,
Not at all. The
you'd
ref,
have been that scared of Roy Keane to go back in the changing room at 6-1 that you would have
Whe-
died on the pitch.
when Martial gets sent off and Lamella gets nothing,
And
at
he gets
that
what?
what
What do you say?
Martial
Gets what?
sent off.
Right. Sorry.
You think I said?
Sent off.
No,
We slip our right.
when he gets sent off and Lamella gets don't he didn't get booked, sure, didn't
You get
I think he
absolutely
got a
nothing.
yellow later in the game.
No, you got you're all right, mate.
Yeah, and he gets
Despite the
nothing.
fact that he lamped them.
There's no captain at the referee there.
Mm.
I said this in the KG show. Oh, I've named it there. Subscribe, like and subscribe, and watch the show that I'll be hosting later. Um, I mentioned it in that any captain of ours would have been up there, even if they're wrong, even if Martial and he was in the wrong and possibly should have been sent off, but not by himself.
Yes,
But
that's the biggest point.
Even if that, even if our true United captain seen that and knew that Martial was in the wrong and deserved to be sent off, they would still be at the ref. They'd still be yapping at him and pointing the finger at Lamella
About the next
trying-
decision,
and
yes.
trying to get the next decision for United.
Yes.
But there was nothing. Harry Maguire sat there with a sour bake,
I know,
and
right,
he was
okay.
seen telling the other players,
Yes.
"Oh, well, they've looked
Yes,
at it VAR."
yes, you're right. You're right.
Shocking
we're
behaviour.
beating them with the same stick. We're beating them on Sunday, right? It's happened once.
I didn't beat him with that stick.
There's
on
that
Sunday.
waitress back again.
Just
I
a
keep-
little
I keep-
flamethrower for
I
my
keep
cup of
getting,
tea.
yeah, I keep getting scared that we're going to get burnt to cinders here.
The only point I'm making is it shows a
Right.
general lack of leadership.
Here's
at
a
the
point
club.
for you just before the game kicks off again, right? Everybody in the world, whether it be Sky Sports, Talk Sport, us, people in the bar, people at amateur football teams, any content, any discussion of football in the world, it's Always comes up. There's no leaders in this team. There's no leaders in this team, right?
I I
Where actually is
I
there
don't
leaders?
I do not recall the last time I seen that conversation.
That conversation happens all the time.
When was the last time you
It-
seen it?
On some last time I watched content, so before we were doing this. So last time I watched the game
Who said that?
commentary, like Gary Neville, this is not a dispute point. This is factual.
This
The
this
lack
was
of leaders is
this was
mentioned in
this
every
was a point of
single game.
dispute, but it has went swept under the rug
No, right.
since
Right.
Bruno has come in. It has been forgotten somewhat.
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not talking about United in particular. I'm talking about the Premier League.
Oh, for flip's sake. I'm
Yeah.
talking about United and United squad. We need more.
Yeah. So think about the. You're talking about lack of leaders. We're talking about Cavani being a leader and only been here for such a period of time. You got Bruno. Think about the rest of Premier League teams. Where are the leaders? I don't actually know too many leaders in the Premier League. Actually, that's a good question for you. Hit me up with your leaders in the other teams.
I've got to do some happening.
I didn't think so. So the point I'm making is this leadership, a leadership character.
I've got to go and check the chicken.
What make sure it's not absolutely black and blue. And we've kicked off, folks, and Leicester are causing trubs already. Corner. Dear oh, dear oh. Pity there's no Harry Maguire to defend this corner. Any yellow cards yet, folks? I've got a wee bet on here again, obviously. Traditions. Albrighton here on the corner. Good man, Alex Telles. He's winning winning a lot of balls in the air today, Telles. And we'll take that goal kick. Right, time to relax. Get the plan together again. Brood's out there frantically ringing all his friends, asking, "Give me a leader in the Premier League. Give me a leader in the Premier League." He's come back. Here he comes. We'll hear this for an answer. Well, Brood.
Just speaking to Christopher there, he says Ronald McDonald,
Exactly that.
or was it Ronald Coleman?
Ronald nonsense.
I'm not sure. What was the question?
Question is, based on all this,
Mark Noble.
No, you see, I knew you were going to say that as well. I knew you were going to say that. You can't use Mark Noble. Agreed, he is a leader, but he doesn't play off enough. He's not an integral part of that team anymore. He's not in the starting
Mark
lineup.
Noble is an absolute cake, if you ask me. All right, Sean and Brad. Even though
Do
you're
you know
not
what as
here.
well? Do you know why Sean Hawkins is a big mass? Oh, he's put Mark Noble in the chat. Did you see that? This you got it from you. Right. So, Sean, just on that point as well, you're a laugh, by the way, because he's a big Hammers fan, all right. He doesn't even rate Mark Noble. He doesn't even like him. He sold him a football manager the
Oh,
other
I
day.
hate him.
I hate him too.
Just
But
'cause
he's
of-
a good player. He's a good football.
He's an old school
character.
player.
I like it.
I like that about
Yeah.
him, but I don't like him because of his interactions previously with United.
Aye, well, okay. 999.
Didn't know you were German.
Bantering again.
The main man Rich says Luca.
Oh, Luka Milivojevic. Potentially. The problem is, no, Rich. Do you know what? You're right. You've got one. I'll give you that. I don't. Do you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know enough about Milivojevic. I know he's good at taking penalties. I know he's good. He's good at getting sent off. But is he a leader? Yeah, I'll have to take your word for it. However, Brood will not be able to answer me too many more leaders. What do you hear? Mark Noble doesn't count. Rich is given the Milivojevic, so it's over to you.
When you asked me that, the names that come into my mind is Vieira and Keane.
Yep,
things like that.
they're dead.
There's none of them.
There you go.
There's none.
There you go.
But what I'm talking about now is a captain, just any captain, not a captain to the degree where it's a point of discussion that this player, he's not very good on the ball, but he's a captain. The closest one to that probably Henderson, who's not a particularly outstanding footballer, but he has a captaincy role which helps the team.
No, I would
Maguire
say I would
doesn't
say
either.
I would class Henderson as a leader.
That's my whole point. He's not a fantastic
Doesn't
footballer.
he? I'm not talking about fast footballers. I'm talking about leaders.
But you had agreed with me saying when you ask that question, the people that come into your mind, as Alanga there,
Yeah,
hits it
that
out for
was
nothing,
unfortunate.
is the likes of Vieira and Keane, and they were not only fantastic footballers in their own right, but they had an additional role as the leaders, and they were the ones that everybody looked up to, and
Yeah, because
they
it,
kept him.
it comes toe and toe typically. So the more ability you have, the more confidence you'll have in yourself, the more ability to be a leader, the more leading
Yeah,
by example.
it's like it's
Gerard,
for example,
Terry, Vieira,
the best
Keane.
example is Bruno,
Yeah.
who he's a bit reckless. If you know what I mean, like he's loud and he loses his
Or
rag
is
a bit.
that passionate?
Yes, but I don't think I don't think you think he's a captain because of him losing his mind a wee bit the odd time.
No, I think
It's
he's
definitely combined with the fact that he's
leads by example.
possibly our best, if not joint best player that we have.
He's the second best player in the squad.
Right. So nowadays the captains are more like
Go on. Oh, terrible
captains-
ball, Mason.
a captain
Ah,
nowadays
I was
is
unlucky there.
more like the best player in the squad if you don't have somebody who's verbal like a Mark Noble type character.
Yeah.
If
No,
you
but
don't have a Mark Noble type character, your captain tends to be the one who can lead by example, who's just the best player.
Yeah, so a quiet captain, an example of a quiet captain is probably actually Gerard. He was quite quiet. Like he wouldn't have been shouting and bawling all the time, but he led by pure and utter example to the point where, he dragged that Liverpool team up. That's the difference. I feel like.
For the
And he
time
was brilliant.
for the time period, relatively, yes, I would agree.
Oh,
If we're talking about now,
our defense is a wee bit shaky, folks. Iheanacho, see ya later.
what's your opinion on Granit Xhaka?
I think he's an absolute trifle. I think he's a lemon meringue that's been laying out in a bakery front window for a fortnight.
Any other types of pudding that you would like to mention?
A bit of a German biscuit. A bit of a
You Swiss, mate?
Swiss Rowland.
Did you say German biscuit because you think he's German?
No, just because I like German biscuits, and I might get some German viewers. Um,
Russian mucker?
what's the tarts or cakes in Russian like, Brood?
Don't know. Let us know in the comments, folks. There should be at least 1,000 of you.
No, I think my point's a good one, which is there is a real thirst for leaders across the Premier League and across football in general. But actually, what you're finding is as time goes on in this era, there isn't that many leaders actually out there. Some are the right wingers. You want this right winger, isn't it?
Imagine like you're on Sky Sports, Sky Sports News, and the host just slips up slightly.
That's
And,
it.
like
That's
four
the
or five of the co-hosts
that's
just
the
go,
di-
oh.
That is the difference. Like, because they just like completely let it roll. under the
You
carpet.
made a bollocks, didn't
Like,
you?
Don't turn any attention to that because of the greater good of the person and the confidence of the person and the quality of the show. Meanwhile, we go, what?
Hold on. Stop what you're saying there. Did you say ear?
Meanwhile, we're still in search of this next goal here.
What do you call them two cabbages that get sent? They got sent out to be in sports.
Oh, Richard Keys and Andy Gray. Terrible sexist, those boys.
Andy Gray like just makes a wee tiny word fluff. And Richard goes, oh.
They're the two boys you would expect it from right now. That was mad, that as well, that whole thing. Imagine if they'd done it nowadays. They'd have been hung, drawn, and quartered
Imagine
and
if
left in a bakery window for a fortnight.
imagine if Jose did what he did to Eva Cañero nowadays.
Jeepers. That wasn't that long ago, 2015 or something? 14?
That was the end of his career.
Yeah, it was. It actually was the end of his career. If you think about it, we talked about this before. That was the demise and that was the downward slope. When he done that, that was the case. I remember it said recently where it went from somebody who is harsh and direct and somebody who's quite ruthless to just actually a dickhead. Somebody who's just not a nice guy. He's just a scumbag. Anyway, so yeah, there's a real thirst for leaders in the Premier League, and there isn't any. Speaking of leaders, there's Edison Cavani warming up. Hopefully, come on. What the hell are you eating?
Chicken.
Actually looks alright, you know. A wee croquet potato, whatever. Jeepers creepers.
Don't say that. May I fast channel be shouting at me?
What time is it, Bert?
Carbs muck.
It's after 7.
I didn't eat the 3.
If there is any fat,
I didn't eat the 3, so I've got the 9 o'clock.
oh, you change it up now, have you?
No. But
Go
yeah,
on.
you have to be flexible. I went and seen the new studio space for where we're going to be coming from today.
Mm.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Better than the first time.
I'd have been offside anyway. Probably no, it wouldn't have been. That's unlucky. Mason, I think Mason actually did get his head that, did he?
Folks, put comments in the chat.
Did,
What's
he
happening in the
did,
game?
He did. Mason Greenwood just had a wee chance there.
I'm still just buying time for the captaincy conversation because that was a good point. It's the first good point you've ever made in your whole entire life.
Oh, there's a handball shout here. Now, here's a good one for you. Who takes the penalty today with the players on the pitch now?
Mata. Okay.
I don't know who would be Mata.
Why would it? Who would it be?
Greenwood?
Not be Mata.
I don't know.
Definitely.
Hopefully,
Mata.
we get a penalty before a sub happens to die prove my point here.
For sort of confidence reasons, and for what's the word?
What composure and experience? Reliability?
Composure and experience. Yes, but more
A man called John with a bald patch?
looking back at he scored the goal here at the end
Oh, Donny.
because this could well be Matic or
Oh,
Mata's
Brighton on the right.
last
Crosses it in. Good man, Axel. Right, lovely. Right, get rid of that. Come on, the man, you get rid of that, son.
lovely big chip ball there.
All right, straight to Mike Phelan. Ah.
No,
Ah.
for saying like Mata, he got that goal. It was potentially his last game.
He needs to stop worrying about sentimentals.
Sentimentality, that's the word. Sean, any more shake questions?
What colour is Manchester United's home jersey? Oh dear. Oh. What about your boys?
Where did Jesse Lingard play before he came to West Ham?
What colour is the pitch at Old Trafford? He's going to crack up at that as well. He's going to come after us now. That's it. I'll never ask the question ever again. I'll never call them ever again as well. Brood telling me that I work on a trolley fixing place. How dare he?
He worked in that plate stamping place in
The what?
The plate stamping place in 8 Mile.
Oh dear. Oh. There's 11 players.
There's
our own box. Lovely.
There's a little workshop at the Diamond and Rathcoole fixes penny whistles. that's, that's where he was calling from.
You have 3 or 4 more of them before 90 minutes, haven't you?
I'll put them in my notebook.
I just to address Ryan Mitchell's point from earlier. It's a serious bench actually, and it'll be interesting to see how it's utilised here. Because Ollie certainly feels that we can win this game where we are.
Did Sean put his hearing aid in the microwave?
Right. Right, you're allowed one more before 90 minutes, so use it wisely.
Right,
Tielemans, cross ball. Come on. Good man, Donny.
Donny gets it out.
Ahmad, good man. Good block there by Ahmad Diallo.
I promise I'll watch the second or the last 30 minutes of this game.
There's Jimmy Madison coming on. Your mate. Oh yeah, Aaron said earlier on that he didn't feel that Grealish was a United player in his eyes, which I thought was interesting because I.
He's right.
No, but for what
Nice
reason?
Villa.
For the 1,000 Russian people watching this, I do apologize. The content isn't as good this week.
It is.
No, I that's exactly what I said to Aaron. I said, is it because he plays for Aston Villa? you just no, but you just couldn't picture him in a United shirt and couldn't picture him playing that away. But I think he'd be. I think he's quality. I think that meant the free kicks we could get the ping into Harry Maguire's trampoline head straight out for a goal kick.
I said to you a while back that I think Southgate may overlook him slightly. He may get in the squad because it's an extended squad this year, but I think the options out there are a bit more, for lack of a better word, sexy.
Hmm. You can't get much sexier in Grealish, though, can you? Think about those calves, man.
He wears those socks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Shows
Oh! Good save from
save
De
from
Gea.
Dave.
Good man, Diallo. Good...
Diallo
Oh!
should get rid.
Jesus, that was terrible. I didn't learn.
This is an under 23s game.
It
I don't know when
is.
the last time you watched one, but this is what they're like.
Yeah, and De Gea is in supervising.
Have you seen Bay's record? Bay plays everyone on side there.
What a save. There's a
Diallo
bit of,
there.
bit of a balls there.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen by his record
For what?
the goals conceded when he's played?
Oh, it's
It's poor.
yeah, 11
It's
or
very
something.
poor.
11 out of 6 games, is it? Something like that. Something mental.
I can't remember it exactly, but it's not good.
Right, we need somebody to come on here and
But
take the bull by the horns here.
he is absolute box office.
He is box office. I'm saying
If
WWE.
the Premier League was WWE,
Yeah,
he's like the Rock.
yeah, he'd be like the on the front of the pay per views and
Mhm.
fan favorite.
Do you know what would be a good wrestling match? Bai versus Soyuncu.
Nothing wrong with that. Come on, play. Oh, he's getting advantage there for nothing. Run into him. Oh dear. Oh, come on.
Alanga gets sent for a packet
Ah,
of crisps there.
good man.
Twanzebe with a good header clear.
What flavour do you reckon they were, Brid?
From a cocktail mocha. Is it Ike Nacho? Has he been any good? Was that him taking the
Yeah,
shot
he's
there?
been. Yeah, he has been good. He's been.
Tielemans there
rascal.
covers the ball. Soyuncu, he
about-
may be a fantastic player in the future.
I was chatting about him a minute ago. I was gonna bring up Seanchu because he is obviously Maguire's replacement
Ball to the
at
back
Leicester.
post was out for a corner. Ryan
Is it a
Mitchell
corner?
says, no, goal kick, sorry.
Right, good.
Is Cavani still as good a signing if Kane is available and goes to City? It's a good point.
Who's this from?
Ryan Mitchell.
Sorry, say that again.
Ryan Mitchell.
The question.
Oh, is Cavani still as good a signing if Kane is available and goes to City? So if we miss out on Kane because we got Cavani.
Right. Okay. So, Cavani or Kane? I'm taking Kane. Right. Um, but what I want is both, and I feel that.
We don't get both though
Wait,
now.
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, we can look at these two
There he
players
is.
now in isolation
There he is.
versus one or the other. I don't think it is one or the other. What I think it does do is take pressure off to focus on probably the positions that we do need more: CDM, centre back, right wing for Brood. But I know where you're coming from Mitchell. I would be devastated if Kane went to City. I feel that United would suit him, and I feel like he needs to go to a big club, not a wee tiny stinking rotten tin pot club. All right, Brid,
Like West Ham.
like West Ham. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I thought Kane wanted to be sick.
There's a question for you. Would you take Aguero? No. Get Cavani mucker. Aguero on a free for one season
Yeah,
along with Cavani.
why the hell not? Of course.
One season along with Cavani leaves at the end of the season along with Cavani.
So that again. So you want Aguero or Cavani next season?
No.
Both of them for one season?
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Unreal. Where do you think he's going? Barcelona?
Yeah, I think so.
He's isn't he like in the family tree of Messi and Maradona?
I think he's Messi's
Cousin or
cousin,
something
is
like
he?
that,
Yeah, something
or
like that.
nephew,
Or is
something like that.
is
I bet you-
he is Messi's children's godfather, definitely
Yeah, maybe
something
that's
like
what it
that.
is.
But I think there actually is a family connection.
There is Rashford and Cavani coming on, so Ollie
for?
wants the points.
Who for?
Mattis staying on, I imagine.
No,
Greenwood's coming off.
no.
Greenwood's definitely coming off. Greenwood's needed. And then it's either Diallo or Alanga. So I would say Greenwood or Alanga. Greenwood and Alanga or Diallo. Aaron says take Aguero in a heartbeat. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely,
It was a
absolutely.
bit of a silly question. I just wanted to say, wanted that bit of a rush. Yeah, well, actually, no. Plums. I don't want him
I don't want him either. Actually,
after that goal.
what the Panenka?
No, the goal.
What goal?
The goal. And I'm not going to give you any more information because it hurts my feelings.
No idea. What you're talking
Every
about.
time the highlights come on to it, I have to turn them off immediately.
I was in
It
work
makes
in
me feel
a
sick to my stomach.
I was
that-
in my
That
part-time
little,
job.
that little, and I'm not going to do it.
Jimmy
that little,
Vardy, good man.
that little commentary piece where the guy says his name for an extended period of time once the goal goes in.
Who
it-
is the actual commentator?
It's the I think it's is it Clive Tilsley does it? Might be Clive.
Maybe.
Anyway, it just hurts my guts every time I have to turn it off. I can't. It's the worst thing that, like, I would rather watch snuff films 24 hours a day than to see it once. Anyway, Aaron says Aguero, Son.
Bruno, this half
It says
time.
son.
This half time's been really long. Like it's mad. Like I wonder what the players. Is it another protest or something?
Was eating a dinner, right? Leave me alone. Look, where are you? We need a producer. And where's James Donnelly?
Where is James Donnelly? Can't be
Right.
his birthday again.
Ring him.
We should ring him.
Genuinely ring him. Get him second caller on. Aaron says Aguero's son, and I read it as son, has Messi as godfather and Maradona RIP as granddad. So Aguero and Maradona are related, and Messi's just godfather type thing.
Oh, so Messi isn't related to
No.
Maradona?
If what Aaron's saying is true, then no, just a godfather.
Well, based on Aaron's quality,
Yeah,
comment
well,
quality
exactly.
these days, it might
And
be.
he backed you up on something. You were like, "Oh well, here we go."
Nobody did back me up
Forgot about him.
because he's but he's is Martin
Martin
Tyler.
Tyler, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. No, that's not right. No, that came from Aaron.
He put that comment in.
It was Aaron. No,
Oh,
it's not
well,
right. No, it wasn't.
must have been Gary Neville or
It
something.
was.
wasn't
It was.
Must have been Richard
It
Keys.
was my daughter.
Aye,
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before she was born.
it was the fucking postman.
Donald says Defo, which good solid contribution to the chat. Thank you, Donald.
Why have I got two numbers for James
Why did
Donnelly?
Donald say Defo?
I don't know.
Donald, a bit more context would be nice. Cheers, Mucker. Is there any Russian folks in here? Are Ukrainians, Belarusians? Because there's been genuinely hundreds of you on our channel recently.
Thousands.
No, it's well, there was 630 unique viewers. Most of them from Eastern Europe.
Hopefully James answers the phone.
Well, don't do that the whole time. Just put it up when he answers. People don't want. There's enough annoying noises, including your voice, in this. Without that, he's not going to answer. He's watching. He's being. Oh, for. So he on you there with the header at the back post. 2-1 to Leicester.
Just as I was about to talk about how good he
Sure
is.
felt.
It's very frustrating. He's in my fancy team though.
It's almost as if we've got our second string team out here.
Very frustrating.
Has the subs happened yet?
No. It's too busy ringing one of our moderators.
Soyuncu is an absolute pudding. Said it before. That was a good header, but Matic
Dominated
shouldn't be
Matic
getting
there.
beat there. The
See if Harry was there,
the,
wouldn't have been in.
the substitution has happened. There's Rashford.
Good finish to be fair.
Wasn't really. Hit
Yeah,
off
it
the
was.
hit off the shoulder.
Did it,
No,
aye?
take it back.
Aye.
No, it's poor set piece defense from United. Consistently is our issue. Set pieces. Hold on, let me break that down. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm severely lacking.
Oh yeah. What, plums? Minerals? That's annoying because I feel like we were gonna change the game there with those wee subsies. I was about to go into a full rant about Sionku and about how well he's done. And then you went on then to say that he could be a world class player, and then he scored. So there you go.
Aaron.
Ah, dear.
Aaron's too quick, you know. It's too quick. David Muir says, up Jayager on screen score. And Aaron says, oh, there's Dave speaking Russian. Phenomenal. Sean Hawkins says, youngest player to play in a competitive game for United at age
Norman
16.
Whiteside.
Was that not beaten recently?
No.
I have a feeling it was recently. I remember seeing that.
No.
Aaron Moore says Angel Gomez. I think it was.
No.
I think it was beaten recently, and I
No.
think that's why that question is being asked of us.
No, I
right
don't
now.
think so.
I think so. I think Aaron's right. Although I hope Aaron's wrong.
He
Because
normally
then,
is.
because because then I'm right.
Right there, cutting the grass with a pair of scissors. Right, come on. I can't bother with our
So
loss.
Mata stayed on. Alanga went off. Is that correct?
I have no idea.
Mata is still on. Donny's still on.
Somebody let us
So
know. He just come off
Greenwood
there.
did come off, like I imagined. So it was Greenwood and Alanga.
And Jimmy Madison come on for them.
But this game doesn't really matter to us, but to the
It matters
likes
to
of
West Ham.
Leicester, it matters. West Ham matters. Liverpool,
Liverpool.
matters. The Premier League has really
Come on.
has really duffed up the league. There's no reason at all why we couldn't have played the very next day after that Liverpool.
Yeah,
the
It's,
Monday. There's no reason why
Mayday, Monday.
both of us didn't play to we didn't play to the Thursday and Liverpool didn't play to the weekend. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So there was no reason at all why
No
we
reason.
couldn't have played the second game. Close the doors.
I wonder what the reason. There must have been something though, was there? There's something straight. Like
As soon as
Was it the- it was-
that door was put through, the officials and all the authorities knew the game wasn't going to go ahead.
It wasn't just the door; it was more of them getting.
No, what I'm saying
it
is, as
was-
soon as that foot went through the door, right, boom, it's called off. COVID.
yeah, well, it was actually when they got into the change room, but yeah, similar. Yeah,
No, but surely when they say boom, they're through that door, right? Let's make plans.
mm, yeah. Well, of course, it's just a real serious
As soon
pain
as
to
they
hold.
as soon as they kick through that door to get into the disabled stand and in into everywhere.
By the way, more importantly, if this stays the way it stays, City win the league,
Uh, yeah.
which is a bit frustrating.
The one note I made to ask you during the last game: would you take City winning the league during our game?
Oh, play on, good man. Nothing wrong with that. Wise up, come on.
Would you rather?
Offside must be. That must be
No, he's
offside.
onside.
Yeah.
No, he's offside. Would you rather City won the league tonight or on a game where they're on the pitch and they can celebrate?
There's an element of
Before I seen the team sheet tonight, I was conflicted.
mm,
But seeing the team sheet now, let's. I don't like it. It hurts me down deep. But I have this feeling in the back of my head. At least City don't get to jump around and screaming on the pitch that they've won the league. It's
yeah.
always a bit crap when you win the league when you're not playing, or like that has
Yeah.
happened for United, and it's always a bit of an anticlimax.
It happened to us when we won the first Premier League, wasn't
It's not great. You'd rather, and especially in a COVID season when
it? Yeah.
like you,
Remember happened to Leicester whenever who was it? Chelsea.
I thought you were going to talk about your man, the singer, the opera singer. What do you call him? The most famous, not Pavarotti, obviously. Most famous one. Let us know in the chat, folks. He sang.
'Cause,
He's a Leicester fan. He sang live on the pitch.
that's right, Di. Who the hell is that? Andrew Ree.
No, no, it's Italian. Andrea Bocelli. That's the one.
Hmm.
It's not on the chat.
Who the hell knew that? Oh,
That's me. Not on the chat. Andrea
Uh,
Bocelli. Fantastic.
no, because Tottenham beat. No, Chelsea beat Tottenham to allow Leicester win the league. 'Cause remember them? They're all having a party at Jimmy Vardy's house. Good block there from Axel.
What it also discounts is Man City being able to say, "Well, we won the league at your pitch."
Yeah, that's a
To
big part.
anybody?
Yeah, exactly. That's good. I
Who,
never.
who's their next game?
I didn't think about it in that respect. Actually, I was thinking more of it of you would rather them have to go and win to win the league rather than us get beat. But you're right, I'd rather them not celebrate and
Mhm.
not be able to say we won the
If I
league
was a
at
City fan
your
right
ground.
now, if I was a City fan, I'd want us to win this,
Aye.
because you know they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Barring them losing every single game, you'd rather the final whistle go and go yes rather than this game finish and you're going right. Well,
Yeah.
and if you're a City fan, you're a bit of a half football fan anyway, so you're probably watching something else.
Yeah, like the Chelsea game because you.
What day is it today? Tuesday. What's on Tuesday?
Oh, Jesus, don't know. Probably
The
all
Watch
the
League
all the
anymore.
usuals.
PB's dead, Mucker.
EastEnders and yeah, all that sort of stuff. Oh, that's frustrating. But win the league during COVID doesn't count anyway. Like
Sean Hawkins says first English club to play United. Oh, I thought it said to play in European football, which is United. Oh,
what was
very
that?
nearly
What was that there
3-1.
from Sean? Didn't I missed that?
Very nearly 3-1 to Leicester. Their Tielemans at the back post doesn't get connection. He said the first English club to play United in European football, and then he deletes the next message. And Aaron says, "Sneaky Sean, Europa League dead rubber game." Now, what I will say, and there Sean's addressed it, is anybody that's in the background leaving comments has a period of time where they can go and Google and can't get caught up on it. But I can't turn here and ask when Sean asks the question, go, hold on, Sean, and then Google it. Know what I mean?
Right. So what are you saying? What I'm on a different planet from you here.
Yeah, you clearly are.
You're talking about googling people's addresses, are you?
Anyway,
Read the question out there.
the question is the first English club to play United in European football. Then he deletes the next message. Aaron says, Sneaky Sean, Europa League dead rubber game. Sean says, you got it right, Aaron. I'm Googling here. Although,
Right.
as I was talking, I half read that one. I thought he was blaming Aaron for Googling it. But Aaron definitely did Google it because his strike rate's not great at the minute. He also says if this starting 11 was our first team, where would we finish in the league? 12th.
I reckon we'd finish about 9th, 8th or 9th. We'd do like a Liverpool sort of level, I'd say, or Arsenal level.
Next season, I would say 10th. This if it was
Yeah.
this season, ninth.
But what about the fact
No,
that
12th.
what I said earlier there, that if you win the league with no fans in the stadium during COVID, sure, it doesn't really count. It's a bit of
No,
an
not
asterisk.
at all.
It's a bit of an
Not at all.
asterisk on that. We'll wait the next year when there's fans in. That's all he's doing, isn't it? He's just hanging fire until it's proper football again.
But this will be the second time Ollie's been sitting around while our biggest. Well, I was going to say biggest rivals, and then I was a wee bit cautious to say that about City, but
No, they're
it's undeniable now that they are a big rival for us. But last year, we sat around and watched Liverpool win it. This
yeah,
year,
it was pretty
City,
tough.
It's tough stuff.
Yeah,
And
it's not good.
I'm sure it's hurting Ollie to the core.
Yeah.
Telling
And
us
the
Liverpool
other
are-
problem is that we have here is that with 15 minutes left and well 18 minutes left, and I don't think we're going to score.
Mm,
I think it's going to end 2-1 or 3-1 to them. Unfortunately, God damn it!
well, I have a flim on with you for Diallo to score, so it's going to be 2 each. Diallo in the
Mm,
last couple of
I
minutes.
cannot wait to get that 5 for you as well.
Yeah, every couple of years. Sean says since Duncan Edwards, so Mark hasn't got a clue.
Since Duncan Edwards. Oh, who's the youngest player since Duncan Edwards? So
Did he
therefore,
say
Duncan
that?
Edwards isn't.
But he
Or-
didn't say that. He said
He
youngest
doesn't know.
player to play competitive game for
Yeah, he
United.
didn't,
at
didn't
16.
mention Duncan Edwards. Sean hasn't got a clue. Duncan Edwards is the youngest player to play for United.
Yeah, I was going to say there Whiteside was
No, sorry, Whiteside. Sorry, no, Whiteside.
yeah, but I'm going to say like he was
Oh, Christ! Go on, come on.
Malich hoops it clear.
Mm.
Aaron says Mark normally asks
Oh,
me.
what a ball! What a touch by Cavani.
Rashford
Oh,
runs it into
fuck's
trouble.
sake, that's gonna be their ball
Tackled.
too, is
It's
it?
out for
No,
a
it's our
throw.
ball.
No, it's our ball. And says Mark normally asks me my opinion on United things, and then says them on his own. Been doing it for years. That's why you're wrong all the time.
Um,
do you know what? I have to sincerely apologise.
I don't have to sincerely apologise for the fans having to read a comment like that, which is just complete and utter fake news.
I read the comment.
What
I read the comment.
did you?
Mhm.
They read it too.
Well, read it out. Sean Hawkins says, "Yeah, but I'm not a host, and Mark is paying me to ask questions so much."
He's paying me to
I have
be.
loads of
He's
questions
paying me
for you.
for. He's paying me for phone-ins. He says,
Please, can I ring into his show, please? Aaron says, "Do we raid Leicester for another centre half?"
No, I would
Johnny
take
Evans
him.
mucker.
I take see Sionki and Harry Maguire.
Johnny Evans is.
Brilliant.
We both individually, separately, weren't even in the same room. I agreed that Soyuncu's he's a promising centre back.
It is mad that he was Maguire's replacement as well. Like come out of nowhere.
Yeah, for pennies. Your wee man Justin, I've heard his name quite often. Last year, I think towards the end of the year, he came in
Are you talking about James Justin?
the fullback.
No, that's not. That's not him. He's injured. James Justin.
Oh well,
That's the one you've been hearing about. I don't.
there's
know.
Twan Zabi with a
don't know who that guy is.
phenomenal,
Marcus.
unbelievable interception there. That was world class. Because if that goes behind him,
Marcus is. If you notice this recently about Marcus,
yeah,
he's
he's overplayed and half injured.
no, but he's
A bit like Lindelof.
dribbling with the ball too much. He doesn't release it quick enough recently.
Twan Zabi. Oh,
That's not good. That's not good.
It's the story of the game.
Ah,
Some good things and then just complete inconsistency. But what do you expect? This is part of the downside of what Ollie does when he sort of he rotates the same 15 players, and once you have to start going outside of them, you see a huge drop off.
would you have the
Like-
balls to play? To not play
there's
Bruno, for
Bruno's
example, he just
Ahmad's
walked on.
coming off.
Fiver. Owes me a fiver. Brilliant. I just knew another minute
What?
scored there.
What if he gets an assist from the side of the pitch?
It's still not a
Like
goal.
he's not watching and it hits him off the arse,
But is that a goal?
but just on the line.
Is that a goal?
I don't think the refs take that away. But what I'm saying to you is, I'll give you 250 if that happens.
Right.
Right. Okay. Good stuff.
Just take it off your tab, for God's sake.
I'm just gonna make a question up there, but every single question I was gonna ask was very, very inappropriate. I think you should give James another ring there because it's just not acceptable stuff. And also, where's Rich Amponsa? And where's Luke Gurley? They've got
Oh.
I was gonna say Sean and Aaron, and I was about to say Sharon. nice wee relationship there they've got.
Yeah.
Sharon in the building here, just keeping the conversation flowing. I
Mhm.
wonder if there's any other topic of conversation that we could get from some other location. Mark Downey,
Mm. I'm all out in it. I'm just trying to watch the game
You're
here
not
and,
all out,
and
but-
pace.
it's almost as if we didn't prepare for this.
Well, I bloody well did. You're sitting. What are you doing? Playing golf or something today?
Bloody going for the cheat sheets.
Oh, Giovanni nearly had a wee sniff of getting in there. Let's discuss the Bruno versus Lampard stats. I think they're quite interesting to discuss. What do you reckon, Brood?
17.
Here comes Chowdhury. He's trying to park the bus now. Rogers. Frustrating.
Oh, this is one point of contention that has just come to me there at the spur of the moment. And there's Jimbo says there's the boys. Where are you, James?
Hi.
Let us know what's going
Yeah,
on.
what's
the cracks?
happening,
Everything
James?
all
You
right?
out there, son?
Big mucker, son.
Better before I get excuse as well.
That's not good enough for me, to be honest. Here's a question for you. A random Twitter handle put out a somewhat inflammatory statistic comparing Bruno Fernandes and Frank Lampard.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Lampard, I think it was it 09 season, where it's the record for midfielder
2010
goals.
was.
09-10 season. Record for midfielder goals was it
It was goal
it was
involvement.
20
wasn't
no, it was goals. It was 27. Hold on, let me see.
it? Yeah, 27.
Yes, it was
Right.
27 in all competitions.
Yeah.
And not in the post that was put out there. He scored 10 penalties out of those 27.
Yeah.
Bruno was on 26 with 9 penalties.
Yes.
So what is your opinion on that?
My opinion is Lampard is completely lauded as one of the best ever attacking midfielders based on conversion, based on goal involvements, based on arriving in the box, based on being like adding those goals from midfield, and he's a superstar. Whereas Bruno just gets the Penandes thing all over him. Oh, it's all penalties. Bruno is world class,
Fair point.
and if he maintains this level of form and this level of goal involvements for a sustained period of time, we can have a proper discussion about it. I think it's a wee bit disrespectful to Lampard. Right, offside. Oh, he's not offside. Oh, it's a free kick. Yeah, do not force. Yeah, I think it's a wee bit. I think we're a wee bit premature when we're talking about Bruno versus Lampard. However, it is worth stating that everybody who is talking about the penalties need to straight off.
However, is it being a bit misconstrued that they're comparing Bruno and Frank directly in terms of their careers? This statistic is about in a one-off season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Bruno's a lot
there's
to
two
prove.
ways to look at it, and without any disrespect whatsoever to Frank Lampard, there's two ways to look at it. One, Bruno can go and shame himself because he hasn't done it for 10 years in the Premier League. But two, the very best the season that Lampard ever had in terms of goal scoring.
Yeah.
Compared to Bruno's first ever season.
Oh no,
And there's one off with games to play.
So he's got 4 games left after this.
No, this is there's 2 games after this.
No, 3 games after this. And all he has to do is score once, twice. If he scores twice, and none of them are penalties,
Thanks, Rich.
he breaks the record. What's Rich saying?
Score was wrong.
Oh,
So yeah, it's obviously very, very early to even compare the two, but
yeah,
forget about their careers. For a season, just shows you how phenomenal he's been.
yeah.
It-
Season in isolation, yeah, of course. Like,
it-
and
It
there's
doesn't
still
take a
time.
genius to say how good Bruno has been. But if Bruno had continued the first half of the season,
Jesus, you're talking
your
Ronaldo,
numbers,
figures?
yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
In terms of numbers, he hasn't been anywhere near as good the second half of the season.
Yeah,
And so if we get one more penalty at the end of the season, he equals up with Frank.
Yeah.
For his first season, that's phenomenal stuff.
first full season.
There's Mata across the back. Edge of the box, Bruno. Oh, slices it.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
That would have been it.
That was it.
That would've
Bruno,
been
we
it.
could have clipped this up.
Clip
If
that
this
up.
would have went viral.
Would have went straight to the Russians.
Like
and they would-
Mars trunks.
and they would have lapped it up.
I'm out of water.
Oh, you out of water? I'm out of. This coffee's finally cooled down a wee bit.
Bruno.
That was the chance too. That's very frustrating.
came
Could
from
have
Sporting.
stopped City, win the league, got the
Cristiano.
record, clipped us up, viral. Still time, Brid. Still got
Our Russian
9 to 10
invaders
minutes.
would have been all over the place.
Oh, jeebers.
We still haven't heard anything. Folks, if you can go in, if you check on our channel, there's a messed up video at the start when obviously we have a record of about 1 and 2 things going right. This
Mm.
one's went well tonight. We've had no technical issues, but the first leg against Roma, after about 45 minutes of an hour-long video, the audio went off because the connection at the back was mad, and he loves to just fondle my microphones and other things. And for some reason, a couple of weeks after that went live, it went from 33 views after 3 weeks, and that was Friday morning. And it's now on, I would imagine, it was on
Well, it'll be
1260 something, so
it'll
it's probably on
be
about 1300 now.
yeah 1.3k now. It'll
For
be.
whatever reason, and it's all coming from Russia and Ukraine and Belarus. So if you're here and you're watching, like and subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know why you're watching,
And on
where'd
that
you get
note,
us from.
we would like to mention our premium sponsor, Manscaped.com, where they have a lawnmower 3.0, which is a machine that you use to shave your cock and balls. So thanks to the Russians, we're now not only influencers, but we have a sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor, but if you're watching,
We do have a sponsor. It's and also they do ball toner. They do really silky boxers.
Bruno,
Go
Bruno
on,
the edge of the
Brune.
box.
Oh, and they surprised the audio didn't kick off. I should have Bruno in the thing.
Sorry, aren't you there? Just did a wee step over and let the ball go out for a corner for no reason. Or
Yeah,
whatsoever,
it's
so
good to leave it there for a
Mm.
corner. Yeah.
must be looking at.
I'm sitting here with a real terrible craving for McDonald's. I just thought I'd mention that to you, in case you're wondering.
Is there a joke coming?
No, it's just I just had a real I'm now in my mind all I'm thinking about is chicken selects or a Big Mac. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Corner's cleared. Comes to nothing.
What a surprise we net a corner.
Sean says I filmed the whole thing as well. What's he referring to?
The Bruno conversation and then the Bruno.
Doesn't matter. It's live on the internet. Like it's
Oh,
lost into the ether now. So you know.
I'll
wanna
do
clip it up?
myself a deal, right? You see if we equalise, I'm getting the McDonald's on the way home. If we don't, I'm not. Right? But you're a fiver.
I'm still waiting on my Canara, by the way.
What's that?
It's our new sponsor to the channel.
The best Indian restaurant in the British Isles.
Correct.
Possibly the universe, which just includes Earth, really, because we don't know whether anybody else has Indians like Mars or Elon Musk. Let us know. Anyway, so yeah, Frank Lampard, basically shite compared to Brune.
Patsy says the McDonald's craving is that hangover finally passing. And he also said the sound is the best he's ever heard in his life.
That's it.
He looked
That was just the sound of Brew dropping the
the
keypad
microphone,
board.
the keypad board. There's Richard Keyser making a balls up beside me, aren't you, Mucker?
Well, thank God I'm Richard Keys if you're Andy Gray.
You'll get a boot in the keys if you're not lucky.
If you're not lucky.
Aaron says, I've just finished my lawn with the lawnmower
3.0.
3.0.
Good man. What have you got a weed whacker, Aaron? It's good for your
He
nostrils.
definitely has a lawnmower, so he probably should just use it.
Mm.
That's just extra effort, like a normal lawnmower.
Do you shave your balls or what?
No, I just set them on fire with onions coffee.
Have you had them in this particular cover?
Oh, they've been well dipped in there.
dipped them in,
By,
have they?
oh, yep.
Like a tea bag?
They're wrapped up like a mummy now.
Oh, dear.
jeepers.
You're finally, what's this, stream number 10 or something? You finally funny on it? Good man.
You'd imagine we're losing this game or something.
Oh, sure, it doesn't matter anyway. Sure, it's COVID.
No.
Null and void the whole thing, I'd say.
From I seeing that lineup, I didn't care whether we lost.
I see him. It's just a bit of crack. Like.
Should we celebrate as if we won the league? Just because City fans can't do it, we may as well do it.
That would be proper shit housery, that.
It would be. Although, kind of backfires a bit.
Yeah, a bit silly, wouldn't it, actually, in the end, on reflection. Probably that.
Sean, you do it. You're a West Ham fan. You're allowed to do it.
He's never celebrated anything in his life.
He has, I.
He hasn't. He hasn't been alive for West Ham winning 5 games in a row. Never mind a bloody
Brandon
cup.
absolutely turns the
Oh!
defender. A great cross in, and Rashford hits it with the back of his head and goes
What
out
are we dealing
for
with?
a goal kick.
Goal kick. Nightmare. That's really annoying, and I'm
Fantastic
sad about it.
footballer.
I'm sad about it for 2 reasons. We're getting paid. City, 3 reasons. City win the league, and no McDonald's.
Um, if we played a full strength team tonight, I'd be fuming. I'd be. I wouldn't be making jokes about
Yeah,
casicles and coffee.
I have mixed emotions
I do
about it.
have mixed emotions.
Um, especially because we've got this big game on Thursday. So we need to be. Would have been nice to bring a wee bit of. There's a Wilfred Ndidi man of the match. What about him for a CDM? There's a good one for you.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
He's been linked with us for the last couple of years,
yeah, he
but
has.
everybody's linked with us. But he's one that a lot of people have taken notice of. And going, yeah, flip
Yeah,
it, take him,
proper
will you?"
linkage.
He- your man, what do you call him? The one with the afro.
Chowdhury,
Chowdhury,
Hamza.
Hamza Chowdhury. He's been very good. He come out of the traps looking very good and sort of went quiet. Um, but we were linked with him as well. I think we're just linked with every Leicester player, really.
Is Chowdhury French? Is he, or is he Belgian? Or
I genuinely don't know.
um,
I don't play for FIFA anymore, Mucker. That's where most people get their nationality knowledge. FIFA Ultimate Team. Who can I get that's from Switzerland and plays in the French league? And then it's some guy called Jiggly Balls. And then the next time he comes up in conversation, you go, "Oh, there's Jiggly Balls. Oh, he's from Switzerland, isn't
Dude,
he?"
that's health hazard. Like I'm gonna collapse here.
I think he might be from India. Genuinely, I think that might
Is
be
he?
his nationality. I think it is.
If only we'd have a producer to check that out. Yeah, I would take an Ndidi, but at the end of the day, I would take anybody. I'd actually quite like Declan Rice, and I don't know what your view is. Not, I know it's a bit mainstream and a wee bit sort of obvious and all, and there's a Chelsea connection, which is a problem. But Lampard being away maybe opens the door to United.
I think Declan Rice has the potential to be one of those people that gets heavily touted and turns out into being just it was a good season and people just jumped on him quite quickly. The same as Madison. James Madison had a very good season last year and a lot of people jumped to go flip. Would take him, would you? You take him, but
I think Rice is better than that, though. I think Rice
I'm
is
not sure he
quality.
is.
I think he is.
I'm not sure he is. I think he's potentially he's getting more airtime because he's playing in a team that's doing well.
Hmm. In the perfect world,
The times we've seen him against us, he hasn't done much. I know it's not really fair to say that really 2 games out of a season, but he hasn't.
well, think about the Ice Ice Baby chant at Old Trafford as well, though.
I don't care.
No. Well, I think he's better than. No, I think well. I think he's very good. Ideally, with like a 25-year-old N'Golo Kante, but unfortunately, we can't go back in time.
Aaron says Wilf is what Fred was supposed to be. Fred was supposed to be
Yeah.
6'4", wasn't he?
Yeah.
But but unfortunately, he's now 5'8".
No, you're right, Aaron. He was bought as a player he was meant to be that. Like,
No, he wasn't. What are you talking about?
Fred was.
What are both of you talking about?
Fred was supposed to be like initially it was a attacking midfielder, but he was more of like a box to box midfielder, and then
Am I in where am I? What was in that bloody coffee? On what planet was Fred supposed to be anything like Wilfred Ndidi?
wait, what was
in
Fred,
any
what was
in
Fred
any
supposed to be? Talk us through. Go on ahead, hot shot. Give us your what's Fred?
that is crazy.
What's
to
Fred?
even
What's
suggest
Fred
that.
supposed to be?
An absolute pudding.
What was he supposed to? What was he signed for?
Fred played more advanced, and for some reason he was left in the wilderness for the first season, and he came in. And you tell me now, what is he now? What is Scott now?
No, nobody. Who?
Scott,
Scott.
there's full time,
That's very annoying. That
2-1
result.
full time.
I've.
United second defeat.
Oh, Ollie's annoyed at something there, or was he pointing at something there? Like he was pointing at something like he was going to murder them.
Man City Premier League champions.
Very frustrating. It's weird how the season turned out, isn't it? Like City were absolute balls at the start of the season. Liverpool were expected to walk it again based on City's form. We were meant to be nowhere. City, us second. Mental. Lucky Mason. There's our boy Solanke.
I'd rather argue about Fred here than watch this. To be honest,
So many Premier League championships now of
Oh,
31.
fuck.
Is it four?
Don't care.
But is this just worth talking about it because it's just football facts?
Is it 20?
Certainly not.
That's all I need to know, Mucker.
Mm,
Come back to me in 15 years.
I think it is five. Aaron, is it five or six or four? Do you know what's mad about Casper Schmeichel? He was meant to be a left back, and then he just made him a keeper. It's mental. Signed him as left back.
That's right.
Oh, that is very very annoying.
And to think Rashford is what Casper Schmeichel was supposed to be.
I know.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Shocking.
So we didn't do West Ham a favor. I suppose if you look at the bright side here, it makes it more difficult for
Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham.
it makes it more difficult for Liverpool. Based on the fact that Chelsea and Leicester are playing the weekend.
They play against each
Yeah,
other.
Saturday I think. Yeah.
So we want Leicester to win. We want West Ham to win.
Yes.
We want that top four.
Yes.
Get all the cabbages out.
The perfect top four would be City, us, Leicester, and West Ham. Very, very unlikely. And I think we need to keep an eye on Tottenham too. It was really good to see that Leeds result because it just means more pressure for Kane to go. To lack of Champions League football. The other thing is as well, we don't want Liverpool to do too badly because we want them in the Europa League.
You want Liverpool in the Europa League?
Yeah.
Because you want them to play more games next year and not be title chasers?
Yes, and also so I can ring every single Liverpool fan that I know and say
It'd be worse.
Thursday
though.
nights. It'd
be worse if they weren't even good enough to be Thursday nights.
No, because they would stand strong with their chest out, going, didn't want it anyway. Now we can cancel that. The season's a write off. We can just just do this now.
That's
So
a fair point.
So, you know your goddamn self anyway. Who's that boy?
Who is that, by the way?
I don't know. I've never seen that guy in my life. Looks like Julian Lescott.
It's like a stand-in for a long running show for
Jake
somebody
Humphries.
that you're going on to expect,
Jake
to
Humphries
see,
is the BT guy.
and
yeah.
then you're disappointed when you finally log on and see it's somebody that you weren't expecting.
Mm.
It's kind of like another show that's going to be happening tonight.
Yeah. Anybody plan on watching the
Probably
Five Things
not.
Deep by
Probably
KG,
not.
that comedian?
Let's round it up, answer the comments, and then get going out of here because we got a lot to do. And the sunlight is just absolutely ruined the whole stream.
Well, I'll tell you what, the sun isn't the warmest thing that's touched my lips tonight.
A couple of wee moments we can clip up tonight, eh? Most of them
Fernandes.
based off Sean Richard. Or, no,
Ooh,
I
name
wish.
dropping celebrities in
I-
the middle of the night of Fan TV.
I wish Sean call in. Sean Hawkins. And on the subject of Sean Hawkins, he says, yeah, Rice has been a standout player for us every season. He gets a lot of stick for a number of reasons, but for a CDM, he knows how to pick out passes and get forward. We have been lost without him. Also says, sadly, I think he's going to City, which I think is pretty much the right
I don't
thing.
see
That's
Rice.
why I'm getting my slobbering in
No,
now.
no, Sean, do you know what? I agree with your points there
I
about
think
how
he's
good he
going to
is.
City
I
because
don't think he is.
I think he's going to City because
No.
he isn't going to be 90 million or 80 million, something like
No,
that.
but-
He's a City type signing.
No, you're talking about so he's 50 million, 60 million.
Yeah.
No, but they've got Rodri and they've just extended Fernandinho's contract as well.
Who are we talking about?
Rice,
The club?
City. What?
They just buy players.
No, but for Rice needs to be careful what he does. If he comes to net, he's in the team. If he goes to City, he's not in the team. Rodri and Fernandinho, is he really going to dislodge them?
I think he goes to Chelsea before he goes to City. He goes to City before he goes to United. Unfortunately.
I don't know about that.
Donald
Anyway,
says, Donald says Fernandinho replacement. And Donald knows nothing about football, but he's making better points than you. What?
Fernandinho just had his contract renewed there today, Donald. So he's going to be here next season at least, with an option to extend for a
Isn't
further
that,
year.
look at the difference there. That's just me.
Yeah, if
That's
you wouldn't
crazy.
mind just holding it up for the rest
I
of the
will.
stream.
He plays as a centre back as well, so good signing for them. I wonder how much he will go for. I think you're talking.
What do you mean a good
60,
signing for
70.
them, Sean? They don't need centre backs at all. In fact,
kinda
they would
do.
rather have a hole in the head than a centre back because they've got Ruben Diaz, Laporte, John Stones.
Walker. Kyle Walker's playing centre back for them.
Has he?
Yes.
Has he?
Yes.
Kyle Walker has played centre back for City.
Yes.
Interesting.
He's been very good. He's actually Gary Neville put him. Gary Neville. Did you see Gary Neville's team of the season.
Yeah,
You seen the centre back pairing?
yeah, can't argue with him.
Harry Maguire and Kyle Bloody Walker.
No, Harry Maguire and Ruben Diaz
No, we put Kyle Walker in.
as centre back.
Yes.
Are you mental?
No, we did.
He
Although I didn't see it, I heard it. But
no,
could
Kyle
be wrong.
Walker is a right back.
He was a right back.
He is a right back.
He was a right back.
Are you mental?
He's played at centre back.
Maybe
He
once.
plays both. Plays both.
No, he doesn't. Kyle Walker is
In-
a right back.
When they were playing the 5 back, he would play as a right-sided centre back.
Hmm.
Anyway, we got to get out of here. We also have the Lingard caveat. We can't afford Lingard apparently. Exactly, Sean swap deal plus a few quid. No right back. So Sean's saying there. Is Sean from Jamaica, isn't he? He's a no right back man, so he's not a right back. Anyway, folks, we got to go. You've got to do your stretches, haven't you?
Yeah, and Brood's got a big show to do tonight, so we'll see you on Thursday at 8 p.m. for a Liverpool United game
Bonanza.
at Old
That-
Trafford.
That all of its importance has absolutely disappeared now.
And keep a wee eye on the protest as well.
And also, F word to City
Fuck City.
absolutely bought the league. Thanks for joining in, folks.
Yes,
You've
good stream,
If you haven't
guys.
liked the video
Thanks-
already,
thanks for the
we'll give you another
questions.
second here. Like it. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, or something terrible happened to you. Anyway, we gotta go. Bye. Do your stretches, mucker.
You're a wanker.
Get
I
that.
hate your.
You better.
Kyle Walker,
You must be able
centre
to. You must be able to get that leg behind your head by now, wouldn't you?
Your bollocks are dangling.